In the last session, we had started the assault on Tiamat by going to the planet. You decided what to do with the ships you had encountered at the landing region, your entry region, and yeah, right. The combat was the previous session, and put Shadow and Dima both on that Ghost Squadron fleet to go out and lead Union ships off on a merry goose chase. And while you took the Raza on a more roundabout path, heading towards the planet. You got there, made some assessments of the ground situation, saw the ruins all over the place, and caught trace of a unusual signal. Well, maybe not so unusual. The infrared detector picked up a signal that you would need to spend a bit more time triangulating. You sent one of your shuttles that you'd negotiated for off to harass Union and take what they've salvaged from the ruins, what they are salvaging from the ruins. And by ruins, I don't mean that they're going to the same place that you are. I mean, the whole planet is full of ruins. Maybe not the whole planet, but this section of it is full of ruins, and Union is cutting up chunks of, well, what's down there. You also sent a team over in a shuttle to the research station to download and take everything that they had, and you got reports back that they had even managed to convince the science staff and the underappreciated Union science staff on board to join up with the Raza and blow this popsicle stand, I guess?
Blow this joint?
Blow this joint, yeah.
I have had blow this popsicle stand before if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of how that relates to the planet. It doesn't.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, trying to make us paranoid?
I don't have to try. You're able to very successfully calibrate sensors to get a much more accurate read on where you're trying to go to pin down that infraworld signal. And then Kana, after making a few trips into dark, unknown pockets deep under the surface of the planet, trying to find that signal because you detected it was underground somewhere, and there's a lot of those little pockets, found somewhere that set her senses tingling. Came back, reported it to you, and we ended it with you guys exploring a clearly well-kept or designed to withstand the ages small little 3-room space. Was it 3 rooms or 4 rooms? I think it was 4 rooms. 4-room space. In which you first came into what was effectively a holographic scene of just a nice park. Went through 2 more rooms until reaching what appeared to be a control room, with Percy seeing none of this, but also having the benefit of seeing none of the distractions, so saw what appeared to be kind of control panel-like surfaces on the wall of that 4th room. He went over, started to interact with it, thought that he would just kind of fiddle a bit and then let the smarter people do their thing, but as he was fiddling just a bit, something appeared on the screen, and that's where we left off. A man kneeling facing a wall has replaced the park screen, or the image of the park on that screen, and Percy was able to see the park the man and that transition. Let's bring it into frame.
I don't recall that part.
What's that?
I don't recall there being a person there that we didn't see before.
There was no person in the park. The person appeared after Percy had thought, "Oh, I'll probably let the the smart people figure this out." And then he saw on the screen the park changed into a scene of a man kneeling in front of a wall. All right, you're on the loading page. Have you made whatever updates and adjustments you're going to make?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me transition you over to this. Now we're going to take just, another quick moment to explain to Lulu what exactly is going on here. Lulu wasn't able to be with us last session. So, the things are fairly clearly labeled. Ghost Squad, you've got Shadow and Dima in there, and they have succeeded on every check so far to add extra time onto your clock. Highway Robbery, they have succeeded every turn so far to get more stuff for the Raza in war. And Research Station, we had an unnamed special team there that has also succeeded on also succeeded on the bonus check to convince Union Science staff to join you guys instead. The Raza token has a bunch of icons on it. The stopwatch is what turn you are currently on. 9 is the turn that you need to be at the horizon, and at the horizon if you want to spike drill out. If you're using the info drive, then that timer is less meaningful. The skull icon is how many mercenary teams you have available to deploy. The lightning icon is how many named special expertise teams you can name, and the yellow icon is what the clock is currently at as far as unions searching for you. Any questions from anyone, not just Lulu?
I feel like you should have had that. I feel like you should have that typed up as a legend.
Perhaps.
You were correct. I didn't think about it. I just didn't think about it.
So I mean, I could type it out for you if you want to repeat it again.
Nah, that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yep. Let's see. Where is a document? There we go. Alright, we'll start up the Tiamat, Protorean music. There it is. So you're... Oh, I suppose some additional description might be helpful for Lulu.
I think Lulu got the whole, don't go here, this is not a place of honor thing.
I think so, true.
But we're not clear whether that we were walking through this backwards or not, though.
Yeah, because we got teleported.
I think we are clear that we were walking through it backwards.
Yeah, because the way out that you haven't gone, it looks like a collapsed elevator.
Yeah, like that's how we should have gotten in here. So that's why we think this is we're kind of this.
So
backwards.
by the time it told us By the time it told us that we'd gone in a bad place, we were coming out of
Yeah.
a bad place. This morning.
I see.
Do you think it is the case that we are in fact the bad place?
But also we didn't realise that, and we had at that point decided that we were going to continue to the bad place anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that we came at it backwards. We'd have gone through anyway.
Yeah, well, we there was a moment where we were going to start messing with things, and we decided, no, we should probably get more information where we start fiddling with things.
Yeah.
That might have been a good decision in retrospect.
Yeah, perhaps.
I think some small details that Lulu may have missed at the end there are that the general architecture and aesthetic of these ruins are very similar to the device that you have on the Raza.
The white hole bomb.
Yeah, things are kind of plastic ceramic white. They're dirty now. They're not all white, but whoever built things here clearly had similar architectural style to whoever built that device.
An archaeologist looking at it would probably say, yeah, this is from the same culture.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. One other detail that was put out before Lulu joined last session is that the ruins clearing that Union is doing is just clearing. The salvagers have every chance of retrieving or taking pre-tech components from these ruins without knowing it, and it's even more likely that whoever is doing the processing at the processing center, which is heavily guarded, is also destroying them for basic materials and minerals and resources without knowing what they've got. And that's what you're intercepting with the Raider NPC team, the highway robbery.
Well, they are cutting out chunks of, like, stuff? Question mark. We're hoping that in extracting the interesting bits, we will fuck it up less than Union would.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a very high bar to clear.
Yeah.
It's a very low bar to clear.
Yeah. I've previously set pulling pre-tech salvage from machinery either a difficulty 12 or 14, depending on what you're looking at and how obvious it is, and assume that these salvagers have a +1 bonus.
So yeah, need an 11 or higher for any chance.
The
Very wasteful.
processing center, there's probably somebody there with a +2 bonus that's looking through to see if anything's more valuable than just common resources. But they have to make a second, that additional check. They don't just get the benefit of whatever the salvages rolled. So, not great odds of Union coming away with anything fantastic, but you intercepting them, decent odds.
Quantity over quality.
Always with Union, yeah.
I was gonna say that's very much so a Union mindset.
Although
It doesn't matter if you're wasting a lot of it if you have a lot of it to go through.
Yeah. Although I guess it doesn't fully apply to their forces, because those tend to be fairly quality also.
But only because they have so much quantity to pick from.
Yeah, fair enough.
Quantity is a quality of its own.
Yeah.
That's very true. All right. Well, Percy just saw the image on that kind of control panel. Not even what's the opposite of an indentation?
Flashing.
Protrusion. Yeah. I'll go with protrusion. He just saw the image on that control panel-like protrusion, which, again, I say control panel in the barest sense. It is just a bit of the same clean. It is all very clean in here. The same clean white plastic ceramic material that has protruded in a flat panel-like way from the wall. It doesn't have buttons. It doesn't have a screen, but it does have something on it that Percy can see, even with his fake eyes.
Yeah.
Question is, can we see it?
You guys cannot see it
Wait,
unless
aren't we?
you angle yourself in basically the same way that Percy is.
We're mainland, aren't we?
Oh, you can see it through Percy, yes.
Yeah. If anything, I imagine it's weird double vision for all of us because, like, I've been having one eye, if you will, my third eye, on the shit that they've been seeing, and now they're having to do the same.
No, remember, you stop seeing through your own senses when you're seeing
Fair
through
enough.
somebody else's.
Yeah, never mind
But
then,
you
yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that in 5e
could-
now.
You could flick back and forth, though, right? You could watch someone else's for a few seconds and then flick back to your own. And
Yeah.
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 There's not any limitation in switching back and forth out.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
yeah,
But obviously, you're only
presumably
seeing through one at a time, and
would
obviously
be-
walking through
that would
someone else's
be-
site would be awkward.
Mm.
and it would be very difficult to switch back and forth for combat purposes, for example. But
Yes, very much so.
Often enough that it's fine.
Now, that would be an interesting skill to train, though.
It
Yeah.
would,
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet, yeah.
Certainly could be interesting.
It's a little late for us now, but you know. And also, it is limited applications, but fun nonetheless.
So, was Percy describing what he's just seen?
No, Percy's going to be much more succinct. I want to go, what the fuck is that? Guys, look at this. And stare.
Yep.
But when you say like
There is
very,
the limitation.
is it only
of one at a
visible?
time, though, right?
No?
There's supposed to be,
I
yes.
think. I thought
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever looks first sees it.
well, when you say, by the way, a very particular angle, like, is it like actually just like, you know, one of those things where you can only see it from a specific angle?
It is. It's like one of those weird screen protectors that makes everything dark
Yeah.
when you're at the wrong angle.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Very, very annoying, yeah.
But it's not like we have to look through robot eyes to see it.
No.
Okay.
And unlike those weird, those frustrating dark things, it's more like, oh, you know what? A better example is actually those zigzag signs that look like one thing from one angle and another thing from another angle.
Little reflector images or whatever.
Yeah, this image appears
Oh, yeah,
to be only visible from when your sightline and angle aligns with its projection.
But is there a different image to see at other angles?
Yes, the other image is nothing.
Oh, wow. Then it's not like those things.
No, it's
So
not.
there's only one image. Okay. Because I have seen things where, yeah, it's like my brother has a car that has that on the
Yeah,
projection on there. You can't see it from an angle, but you can see it from the driver's seat. It's pretty interesting.
that is pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, if someone crowds around Percy, they can get the right angle to see it. Someone can be looking through Percy's eyes, and I'm not going to be too particular about the multiple people seeing it once, as you can all kind of, take turns without us fussing over it. Yeah. And you see about what I described to Viral, or for Percy to see. There's a man that is kneeling in front of and facing a blank dark beige wall.
Like, aside from the person, the scene is essentially the same as what we saw in that room.
No, it's changed completely. The park is gone.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the person in the scene that we saw before.
Mm-mm. No, it's now basically a stone room.
Well,
Yeah, I
see,
don't know what to make of
he's
this,
just
honestly.
sitting. He's just sitting there, right? Like he's
He's
not
just
moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, did Percy? Did you press any buttons?
No, not that I noticed.
You didn't notice that you pushed a button?
Well, I could have stood on something, but if I did, I didn't notice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if nothing else changes, it seems like we should start, I don't know, fiddling with it.
Oh, great. So when I threaten to fiddle with it, you say no, but okay.
Did I say no?
Out of character. My offering to fiddle with it was, hey, what happens if we start breaking these hollow panels?
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else is changing, it seems like it's time for us to start making things change.
I mean, is there not, like, I thought there was a door in this room, was there not? We haven't been out yet?
That was the elevator, but it's collapsed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So the only other direction to go would be back where we came from.
Has anyone
was there
tried
another-
addressing the man in the hologram?
No, not yet.
I'm sorry, I totally forgot the game was happening.
Hello.
Welcome. I will remind that the Percy is the only one that actually saw this transition, but the park was the first room that you entered, and Percy saw what looked like that room that transitioned and changed into this man staring at a wall.
Yeah.
Ah, do we go back to that first room then? Back through. And maybe he's in there.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, did that room change, right?
I will go back and check.
That's a thought, but yeah, I feel like I would probably be fiddling
Well,
with this for a bit. But
does-
if nothing, none of our fiddling changes
Can
anything,
Percy
then yeah, then
see
we'd go
whether
back.
it changed in that other room? Or do we have to someone who
Yeah,
Well,
how far was
quite
that?
actually,
Are
yeah.
we-
guys, I don't remember.
From where you
Yeah,
are,
so our line
it
of sight
looks.
to that.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the question is, how was I kind of felt like that we walked in like a straight line, so like would we be able to see? But I don't know if that's actually true that we walked in a straight line. Like we have a clear line of sight to where the park room was.
You did walk in a straight line, and you can see that room, and it looks like it is still a park.
Okay.
Okay.
So we don't
Did
know
you
why
say that
the scene
Percy wants to
changed.
walk over there?
Yeah, I want to go check it out.
Yeah, Percy can't see that it still looks like a park.
Yeah.
He might not be the best one to go check it out either.
Yeah, but I just wanted to check because you mentioned that I could see the thing in this room, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll go and have a look as well.
Okay.
'Cause I think it's useful to have Percy along to see what it looks like without, but also let's have someone with that can actually see.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
We should
yes.
probably wait. I think Doug's gonna wait for a verdict on that before fiddling with the control console, or because that, we don't want to flip a switch that apparently that might change that room into some other state, because then we have a Scooby Doo situation.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So stick together, team.
Yeah. But horror movie rules, nobody walks alone.
Exactly.
Percy and
Let's go check out that
Death
scene.
walk back through a chamber where you hear in the multiple languages layered upon each other, indistinct voices. If you can understand this,
Yep.
you were already too close.
Yep,
And-
we know.
Repeating, and then if you, as you continue, you actually get into that chamber that was pure silence, except for, well, the glyphs were on the walls, but they weren't loud, they weren't sound, they just gave you thoughts. And
Place of
then
honor.
back into the park, and Das now gets to experience that transition from park to man kneeling in front of a wall. You stand behind him as you come to the door. Well, as you come to the door and into the room a little bit. And it's, again, like you are walking through three-dimensional space, and this two-dimensional, that's still a bad example. It unfolds as you get to the right angle to see it, which is from around somewhere behind the man.
Right.
And now Das can see it.
Okay. And I can see it like it's just there, like it's not like on a screen or something now. Is that?
Right. Yes, you can see it as what looks like a three-dimensional scene. It all looks very real. Nothing about this has any of the telltale signs of being a hologram.
Okay.
Although if you try to touch anything, obviously you then it's a hologram of sorts.
It's a hologram, of course. Yes. Okay.
This
Has anything in the park scene been moving at all, or is it just static?
the man is moving just slightly.
Okay.
Man. I thought you said in the park scene. The man's not in the park scene.
Oh,
though,
no,
right?
sorry.
Well, yeah, but it was
the room.
That was the next question.
Okay. You told me the man wasn't in the park.
Yeah. No, because it was like if the park scene was static and this is now moving, then that's potentially a thing. Okay. I'll just sort of move slightly back and forth, work out what the angle is. I want to approach. Actually, how far away? Obviously holograms, but you know, how far away does he appear to be at this point?
Let's see. It said these were about 12 feet wide and double that in length. So 12 feet is 10 meters. I'm going to change the scale up a little bit here. Let's see. Yeah. All right. That is that's the whatchamacallit, the projection room, so to speak. Okay. You've just come that way from the control room.
Mm-hmm.
R L and there's that open doorway here. The man is about here.
Okay.
Facing the
And
wall.
How kind of strict is the angle for actually seeing him?
It's fairly strict. You're about like that. You can get up close enough to touch him, but he's starting to kind of fragment and layer out.
Getting too close at that point. Yeah. Okay.
Was this like a prisoner situation? Like a
That's
prisoner in
what
pocket
I'm talking
dimension?
I'm gonna stand like in the middle of that area and just say like, "Hello."
Answering.
See if he reacts at all.
Yep, answering Meowkin's question. It doesn't appear to be in any kind of clothing that would be considered prisonly garb. He looks like a cross between an educated man and a mountain sage. as far as
Interesting.
attire goes. You know, he's not in rags, but he's not in a suit. He's in just kind of relaxed robes. And no, sorry, not robes. Hmm,
Tunic.
tunic, I think, is a good description. Yeah, it's definitely not showy or businessy attire. It's more like one would associate with a wise man on the top of a mountain, but well made, not professionally.
Just
You know,
like,
by yeah, stitched factory, like a Halloween costume of a mountain stage.
but a really good one.
A really good one.
Interesting.
This culture did all their shopping at Spirit Halloween just once a year.
Spirit
Yeah,
Halloween is
clearly.
actually a lingering remnant of the civilization.
Yeah. It's basically their ghost that
But
just infests local empty shopping malls just
Yeah,
for
that's
about
right.
a month.
So before I continue with Das and Percy, I want to flashback, or not flashback, but put the spotlight back over on those of you in the control room. First of
Yeah,
all,
I suppose the question is, are we seeing them live on the video feed? Well, I don't even know if the video feeds. I feel like there's something weirder going on than just a simple video feed.
it probably
Almost
is,
certainly.
and it's definitely not a video feed because you do not see them in that room on the feed. When you look over, you still see the park. You do see them moving around and looking about inside the park, and also as they passed, when they entered the quiet chamber, and even continuing into when they exited the quiet chamber, you lost radio and audio contact with them.
But we saw a visual.
You still have visual.
Okay, so that sounds like that. There's basically a different world portal that they're passing through, most likely,
Oh,
which was a suspicion I already had. But that's good. I think that
interesting.
supports that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except that there were still like infraworld type things where
So is that-
Percy couldn't see outside of that room, right?
So is that in the middle room? There's 3 rooms, right?
No, let me answer Meowkin's question real quick. What did you mean by that?
I would say, beyond that point, there were still things where, you know, we could see things that Percy was not, right? Like in the control room? Or did that effect stop once we were outside of the park room?
No, you could, yeah. In the control room, you still saw design
Okay, there were
and
still like the projectors kind of thing, right? That Percy was
yes.
seeing that we weren't and all that? Okay.
Mhm.
So it's not a clear delineation, or there's something beyond that going on.
Let me remove this and that. So, not to scale, but oh no. Well, that's fine. Again, not to scale, but there are 4 rooms.
Yeah.
There was a control room that you're currently in. Chamber of Echoes, where things are talking to you.
Oh, the warnings. Of course. That's another room. Yeah.
And Hall of Silence.
Yeah.
And we'll just call this a garden.
So the Hall of Silence was essentially the threshold of where we lost like radio and audio contact, right?
It is, yes.
Okay, so presumably that might be like the bounds of.
Would make
Yeah.
sense.
And
where
I
would
suppose
we-
if this is
so the-
advanced enough, you know, it's not that clearly delineated.
Yeah. So the echoes was where we heard the thing. Where were the glyphs that were saying stuff? Was that in the Hall of Silence?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So, having lost radio and sensor contact with Das and Percy, are the three of you staying in the control room? Did you see Das looking around and I believe she reached out to touch the man, did you?
I think not initially. Because I think if he's gonna respond, I'd rather do it from a short distance away via noise.
Okay.
If that'll work. So that would be the first thing I'd try.
Okay.
It does seem safer.
Yeah. We don't know how the response is going to be. I'd rather be, 3 or 4
Turn into a
feet
screaming.
away.
Yeah.
And say hi, rather than sneak up behind him and go, "Oi, I'm right here."
Yeah. Yeah, precisely.
Oh, I will add, you can see through their mind links.
Okay.
Those of you in the control room.
Yeah, we established that doesn't stop us before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But good to know
Good
that it still
reminder.
is the case.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to head back towards the others.
Oh, right, we needed to get Virgilia there.
Yeah. I can't remember if I'm actually in the scene or not. If not, it's perfectly fine. I can just.
I thought we
keep
kind of
watching.
assumed that you would be.
Yeah, I think so.
No, at the end of the last session when Lulu came in, or at some point during the session, we had decided that Virgilia stayed back to continue maintaining the authority connection and mind link with the other teams to continue helping them.
Okay, that's fine. I
But
can just.
Kana can teleport her here.
True.
That was the intention there, is that Kana would be able to teleport Virgilia here as we proceeded today.
Up to you. I can stay out if you'd prefer.
Nope.
I just
Nope.
coordinate things.
Virgilia's here. Too late, Lulu.
Try.
Well, that's menacing.
You're locked in.
That's menacing.
Everything is running fine. Virgilia's input is no longer needed on any of the operations. They're all good. Thanks.
Yeah. No.
Don't like that. I do not like that.
What it is Dex needs us all in the same place so that he can ensure this is definitely the last session.
Yeah. Oh, wait to be sure.
If it looks like it's not going to be, it's TPK time.
No loose ends. No loose ends.
Hey, now, that's disingenuous. I'm sure he can think of ways to kill Virgilia when she's not here with us.
Yeah.
This is true.
You're here now. That's my attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, haha.
All right, so Virgilia does bring some interesting insights here, because crew can clearly identify that you're not in the infraworld, but there is definitely infraworld-like tech or infraworld effects being employed here. Especially with the visuals that you cannot see with machine eyes. That's usually a pretty telltale of infraworld.
Yeah, that's a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
The fact that you guys can breathe in this space, but you can't on the surface of the planet. That's also very, very much like being in a place that's been subsumed by the infraworld. The stable temperature and being comfortable in what's ostensibly a very, very cold space without being harmed by that freezing cold. Very infraworld. But there's there's no incursion. There's, even if he, well, he's not actually able to because he's bonded to you. But, if you had brought one of the zombies here, the entities that were trapped in those husks could not have slipped out here. There's no actual piercing of the space between real space and infraworld here.
Not like a jagged wound, perhaps. I don't know. That's me. I have nothing to base that on.
I was just gonna let that one slide.
I'm a genius. I just gotta go off of instinct.
Okay.
Instinct's never wrong.
And that's a bit all that Virgilia brings at this moment. With Das over in the room I've labeled Garden of Still Light, speaking to the man, Das and Percy through, well, because you guys have to share Das's senses, none of you are going to get the full extent of anything that happens in this room, except for Das.
That seems appropriately story. That seems like an appropriate story thing. Have the youngest person, the only one that actually truly experienced the whole thing.
Oh dear.
Well, Das and whoever is currently sharing her senses at the moment, sees the man adjusts, as if correcting his posture. It's like a more relaxed position, but it's as if he's correcting his posture rather than relaxing into it. Sits back on his haunches a little bit more. He lowers his head and raises one hand with his palm outward, and on the wall in front of him, a simple outline of a star appears.
Huh.
It's and when I say appears, I mean like it starts. It's line art that is being drawn in front of you.
Hmm.
And I'm going to offer one last opportunity for those in the control room to move over before I continue with the narrative. The movie is starting.
The movie is starting. All right, guys. I feel like we're missing a movie. We should probably go in there.
I thought you were going to say one last chance to get away.
Well, it could be. Who knows?
I'm not trying to force your hand. If you absolutely want to stay in the control room, that's fine. But I will say that
Gotta see an IMAX person.
the characters throughout that are not in the Garden of Still Light, I think they feel a little bit of a weight, as if something is happening, and it is in the direction of that room where Das and Percy are in.
Oh, this is gonna be quite awkward, isn't it? I'm not gonna be able to see shit.
The disadvantage of cyber eyes.
It is a unique disadvantage in this campaign.
Yeah, you don't say. Yeah.
It is.
Note to yourself, one cyber eye next time.
Yeah.
Next campaign is gonna have all the things that only cyber eyes would be able to see. There.
And I will see them with one eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes. There you go. It's called versatility right there.
Yeah. There's a small pause, allowing anyone that wanted to make the trip over to do so, and then he speaks. Still facing the wall, he says, "We came here because we wished to continue, to survive." His fingers curl and the hand closes. The star on the wall tightens before this place there was another sky. The second star appears, dimmer, its outline flickering. We saw it changing. Warmth, leaving faster than it should. A thin, straight plane passes near the star. Everything it touches on that wall pales. The cold came first, not from distance, from elsewhere. You see him tilt his head slightly, as if acknowledging an unseen pressure. Where it touched, motion failed. Heat did not spread, it was taken. Brings his hands together and twists them, an imperfect imitation of turning a dial. The dim star on the wall is encircled by a ring. We built a way to stop time, believing that if we could halt loss, we could outlast it. On the wall, the ring stabilizes. The star remains dim. He continues. By the time the device was complete, our universe was already beyond it. The star collapses into a point. The ring remains empty. There's a pause. Then he lifts his head slightly. So we looked outward. The wall redraws. Multiple empty circles appear, unconnected. We found other universes. Some were wrong, some were hostile, some were already full. One circle in particular brightens. This one matched us closely enough. And the bright star appears again, once again drawn as if being penned in line art. He places two fingers against his chest, and then gestures outward broadly. We came with our salvation in hand. Star on the wall sharpens, the ring forms around it, cleaner this time. We did not come to ask, did not come to share what we needed. Small, featureless shapes appear around the star. He says, others would have risen here, given time. His hand passes through them, and they vanish. We accounted for that. His hands separate. The wall goes dark. He's silent for a long beat. Then the star contracts suddenly into a black circle. The device failed. His shoulders slump. The universe stopped. We did not. And he gestures to the black circle. Our sun continued. It lived its remaining life without leaving us warmth. On the wall shows structures beneath a hollow sun. Its light did not reach us. Its heat did not remain. The structures fracture and reform into fewer, simpler shapes. He says, we endured by reducing ourselves. As he presses his palm flat against the wall.
Yep.
In the cold, thought becomes precise.
Yep.
A thin plane appears again on the wall. Absolute. Still. And his voice sounds less as he speaks again. Apathy feels like time until time is gone. The wall clears, and a final image forms. A figure beneath a star that is dimming but not yet lost. And the man lowers his head fully. If you see this, then warmth still moves where you live. You still have time. Following that is silence. Although you can feel more than hear again the hum of the basilica, as if it had never left. Would you guys like that posted in discussion?
Yeah, I was gonna say I figured you had a
Yeah.
transcript for that.
Yeah.
So
I do.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask for that as well. Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
that
I'm
was
definitely going to want to reread that at some
This is
point.
alternate universe.
so
I
that
mean,
was a
yeah.
Vega, right?
Yeah, I don't
That-
know. So...
That was. I feel like that was a pre becoming whatever they are currently, Vega.
So, I don't know, is it being a person like because it was a human person, right? I mean, is that just for our benefit, for
Close enough.
understanding,
He said,
or
he
bonded,
said.
or
He was talking about our universe being close enough, so maybe the life forms are close enough.
right? Yeah, like they're similar enough to humans rising in this.
And look, we injured by reducing ourselves. He said, right? That's fucking.
That
like-
does sound like Vega. Yeah.
Yeah, just leaving your body behind. Like, how else are you going to deal without being heat? Vega don't need heat, right?
Oh, you're saying like these people became the Vega, essentially ascended
Yeah.
energy beings.
Yeah, basically.
I could see it.
Yeah, and fucking.
Apathy feels like time until time.
We built a way to stop time, believing that if we could halt loss, we could outlast it. Does anyone else get the feeling that this cycle thing is what they're talking about? Like a way to stop time. It's technically still going forward, but it's not going forward.
Well, it could also be like the cycle thing being in a loop is like almost the time stop thing being almost broken. But I don't know if that's actually that I don't have anything to really base that on off of.
You know, no, he said that like, we brought a device that would buy us time. We came with our salvation in hand. The device failed. The universe stopped. We didn't. This universe is, and Percy gestures around him, not stopped. So
Yeah.
clearly wasn't talking about this.
But like the Emperor, I mean, the Emperor world would be almost like say like a world that stopped, right?
Maybe. You know what? Did someone write that down? Percy looks around. Did someone write that down? Yep.
Oh,
Or, you know,
the man
absolutely
provided the
thinking
transcript. He just like handed it over. Before he disappeared.
It's on the wall now. Like with
Yeah.
the picture on the wall.
Don't make me delete that.
That's good of-
How is it?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I got a copy. I got a copy of
How serendipitous. Well, frankly, there are better places to try and sit and chew us apart than Tiamat while other people are still out there. Like, not that I'm not confused as fuck. I mean, curious as fuck, but not the time.
Wait, no, time for what? Sorry.
To sit and chew on this when our people are out there risking their lives. Basically, what I'm saying is, let's get moving. We'll think about it later.
Wow.
Is there anything else we want to retrieve from here?
I think we're.
Yeah,
I think
is
we were
there-
just coming to see what we saw. Like to see what we found.
Yeah, it's a weird message to be behind.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
do not pass
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And is this?
Yeah.
I mean, is he? I assume it feels a lot like a recording, right? It's not like he's interacting with
Yeah.
us.
It's definitely
Yeah.
recording. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Insidious, we can't quiz him. Damn you, Dex.
That attitude we can't.
I mean, you're welcome to try. In the meantime, Dex, you said something about the lift shaft beyond here being collapsed, right?
I said something about the what?
The lift shaft beyond here being collapsed, right?
Yes.
Hypothetically, with my expert opinion, just from sizing it up, if I start firing the thunder gun, does the roof come down before the shaft is clear?
You're hundreds of meters below ground.
I mean, if you really want, I can just have crew like poke up the shaft like 30 meters to see if there's anything in there that we can look
Could
at.
also work. Yeah, could also work.
I guess.
Also,
Well, I want to.
Dex, I didn't actually catch what you said. Something about underground, but
You're
so
100 meters
teleporter.
underground.
I am less than 100 meters away from my teleporter. Yes.
Yes.
So Doug wants to get his hands on some of those like infraspace emitter things.
Projectors. Oh god.
Yeah. I mean.
That's
dear.
actually another question. Based on what we can see here, this room does reset each cycle, correct? Like this doesn't appear to be more than 24,000 years old.
Well,
Oh yeah.
this room
That's a good
does.
point.
This whole room basilica, I keep calling it, looks pristine and timeless. Well, I guess that's the opposite of resetting. And looking older. So it's hard to tell. This internal structure, despite and in spite of the obvious destruction at the elevator and whatever dust may have come in through that open door as the elevator exploded and the debris shattered in, there's no debris inside here.
Yeah.
There's no dust inside here.
Okay.
And you know that for certain because Percy could see it if there was.
Yeah. Does Virgilia mention that?
Yes, she would.
Okay. Percy sits and thinks for a minute.
While
You know
Percy's
what?
thinking, I do want to ask real quick, did Virgilia end up watching directly?
I believe she would, yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Vile.
Okay. Let's do a science experiment. Dex, is it safe to assume that Percy... what's the ground here again? Like, outside of the projection, what is the ground like again?
It's that white plastic ceramic material.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you hold that thought for one more moment because there's an observation I need to get off and let Lulu start percolating on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Despite it being non-interactive as far as you guys could tell with any efforts you made, that felt very much like an object memory, like the kind of memory that you would Virgilia and crew could.
Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can you interact with it? Yeah, interrogate.
All right,
Worth a
let's
shot.
go ahead and.
Can I get my thing in first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. If Doug is ready to start dismantling this room, I assume he has some sort of tool that's sharp enough to do damage to the ceramic. Can I borrow it?
I have a TL5 meta tool, so
Perfect. Can I borrow it?
What is it? A pre-type toolkit.
Yep. Can I borrow something?
I kind of look dubiously at you. But what do you need it for?
Please don't break anything. It'll fuck over the next cycle if we have to reset.
Yeah, I was gonna just take one. Probably.
I wasn't even going to do that much.
But I'm a little worried about what you're looking to do.
Not even that much.
Not even that much. I mean, at this point, I'm curious, so sure.
I have a theory as to what you're going to do, but I'll let you do it.
Okay. Percy takes the meta tool, turns it on some kind of cutting or scoring or whatever setting. Probably needs to fiddle about with the controls for a second to figure it out, and then has it figured out, and crouches down to the floor and lightly scores in the words, Percy Cameron was here. This room does not reset. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought you were going to do. Scratch
Yep.
the message.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. I can't think of anything else that's like more immediately tactically useful when you're here to leave as a message. So
Yeah.
yeah. Also, person will stand up, hand it back, and say, "Hey, if you're going to take a projector, there's one right there next to the message. If you take it, then whoever comes here after might trip over the spot and see the message. So, can you get that one?"
I don't think we should take any of them, actually.
I know, but are you going to? Do you want to stop him?
I mean, they're just projectors, right?
They might be necessary for maintaining the integrity of this room.
Was there one in the control room?
Yeah, there's been projectors in every room.
Yeah.
And also to give some narrative to what Percy did, this material was very hard. You're able to score that message into the floor, but you have to turn the tool settings up a little bit.
Yeah. I felt like Dog saw. Yeah, I was like, I never turned it up that high.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not terrifying in the slightest.
Yeah. Is it the kind of setting where if you applied it to the ship, you get like a 3-inch hole in a fraction of a second?
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
How high are we talking?
Yes.
I think the hole would be smaller, unless you mean lengthwise. But
I mean, in whatever dimension you care to measure.
sure, yes. It is the kind of setting that because it's a pre-tech toolkit against normal TL4 armor would make cutting a hole in a ship to board it fairly quick and easy.
Yeah.
I guess the takeaway there is that this stuff is stronger than your ship armor.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're not armoring the ship with it.
What if?
All right, so you guys were talking about taking a projector.
I mean, if y'all are really against it, I'll live without it.
I think it's a bad idea. Why don't you just look at it really closely and try to think on how to build your own?
I'll just do some, I'll do some intense scanning of it, I suppose.
Alright, Doug is-
probably a good custom focus. We would like redesign
Ooh.
things after studying them.
Reverse engineering.
Well, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Yeah, there's already quite a few fixed focuses there.
There
Well,
really
I mean,
are,
you
yeah.
can still do it as a unique gift or something.
Yeah, what's one more?
I mean, that's also something that I will allow you to do with enough time studying something. So,
But I think the thing would be, the focus would be, I can just look at a thing and know how it's built.
Yeah.
Basically.
I get that. But nobody has that right now, so Doug can make a fix check.
Oh, my token's not on the screen. There.
Oh, would you guys like your tokens on the screen? Is that helpful to you?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I presume that's intelligence, yeah.
Yes, uh-huh.
Ooh.
That is a fantastic result.
Yeah.
Well, using various tools to try and penetrate the material and see what's behind it, not physically, but sensor-wise. And what's it called? Modulating them and working with the other space detector to overcome the fact that your sensors don't work in here. You come around to, let me pull myself back down. There we go. Doug comes around to some discoveries. He can't be 100% certain, but based on what he's seen with what he could with what he could fathom with his makeshift tech. And I'm gonna roll creative into this also because he does have to, unless you don't want to.
Yeah, and creatively figure out how I can,
Yeah,
do something with this.
he does have to get creative in order to even get any kind of data or readings from this place that doesn't seem to have readings or dimensions or physics. Um, um, there it is. Hang on, let me organize myself real quick before I keep umming. So what he is finding is that there is something that is timelessly preserving this space and powering it. It's definitely tech, and based on his 15 here, it does look like it is similar in nature to condenser tech, or if you'd ever seen any kind of infraworld tech shares some similarities to what the people of Tower had in some of what limited technology they had. That made them able to do things while they were subsumed in the infraworld. There is effectively a infraworld powered eternal reactor for the taking here if you wanted to try and dig it out.
Oh, y'all were saying we probably shouldn't, but
Yeah, we probably shouldn't.
I mean, we've already essentially got that. I mean, we already got that on our ship, so you know. I mean, though an extra one, just in case. No, we will not do that. So I will take it away knowing, though. Hey, better to know than not know, right?
Sure. I think he may also interact with the quote-unquote control panel in some measure.
Yeah, no, I was absolutely wanting to poke around at that too.
Yeah. Oh god, that just sounds like you're baiting him into some sort of catastrophic.
No, I was gonna do it. I was trying to say it earlier, but I guess we wanted to get to the story first before I screwed things up. Bring it.
So, the control panel is an interesting design, having no buttons, of course, and simply a protrusion from the wall, or a flat extrusion from the wall that looks like it could be a control panel or tablet. Standing in front of it, you can see the scene in the other room. The man staring at the wall, sitting there, chilling. And there, as Doug is mentally trying to figure things out and basically taking things apart in his own mind, there's more to the control panel than just looking at a man staring at a wall. There's some kind of mental control or manipulation to it, but exploring that further is a headache-inducing, insanely complex, multi-layered menu system.
Sounds like a DAS problem.
You didn't make to hack it.
Wow.
Does Doug call her over to?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's like this. I gotta say, this looks exactly like something that DAS would be interested in fiddling with, right? I don't know. So yeah, Das, have you see what I'm seeing here? Because this is a headache.
I'm going to have a look.
That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I suspect where you see a headache, Das might see a puzzle.
Oh
you know.
God, we're gonna need to drag you out here, aren't we?
I mean, do we dare?
Yeah, I mean, you did summon her, so.
Yeah, no guts, no glory.
Yeah. Yep. I'll have a look at it.
Okay.
I'm sure it's safe to look at and not touch, even though we've already learned that it can react to not being touched.
Yeah, it's definitely not safe to look at if you're not trying to do something, or if you're trying to not do something.
Yeah. But you know,
all right.
live a little.
Das takes a look. It's similar to what I've described to for Doug. It's disorienting, and some of it feels a little bit like Doug can have made this connection also, like diving into your QEDs. There are multiple layers, there's multiple things going on all at once in different layers and different levels. It's insanely complex and unfamiliar, and I wouldn't even try to say it's not a puzzle for Das, but it is still also a headache. Not in the sense of, arg, this is so frustrating and I can't figure it out, but in the actual literal sense, it hurts.
Bubble?
If you would like to try making a programming check, and for this I actually would allow you to use call it hacking, because in a way it kind of is. You're not using it the proper way, but you can't use intelligence. This is wisdom.
Okay. So program wisdom hacking.
Yes. And before you roll that, it comes with a mental save at a penalty.
Okay. Is that the headache?
It's yeah. She can feel the strain and pressure. And it's not some kind of like,
it feels kind of Cthulhu-y. It's like if you figure out how to understand this, you have to go insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I was gonna go with
like
more of an angle of how some people just get headaches from those stereoscopic images, right?
You're kind of forcing your brain to do geometry that it doesn't really know how to do, and it's sort of, whoa, something's wrong here.
Yeah, and this is several orders of magnitude more complex than a stereoscopic image.
Yeah. So are you ready to do some 5D thinking?
I am ready to do some 5D thinking. Let's do this.
All right.
So, hacking with... Oh, I double-clicked it. Single-click it. I'm on a touchpad at the moment. With wisdom.
That is a fantastic roll. Go ahead and roll me with a mental save. All right, and even with the penalty, that's still a very clear success. So Das is able to fight through the nausea and the pain, fatigue and exhaustion, mental exhaustion that is assaulting her. She can just see the edges of this multi-layered menu system. And she can recognize that there's definitely more on offer than simple mental projections. And I'll give you this clear as day. This is not something that is going to be able to be understood with just a few days' work, or even a few days' work, I should say.
Okay, so this is the kind of thing where we've discovered it and we maybe send a team here during war to figure out what the heck's going on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That tracks. Because yeah, we don't have a few days.
Yeah, we really don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we very much do not have a few days even.
There's not, and I imagine this is something complex that like there's no like way to like copy this for or record it, right?
that did not find the copy button. No.
I had to ask. Yeah, there's not like just the copy database button or something.
Like, I feel like the only way that we get a copy of this is if we override this personality with it.
Is that a risk we're willing to take?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, are you volunteering to take over as a hacker?
But for
why,
just
why does it have to be me anyway? Why can't we overwrite you with it?
Because you're the one who's currently hooked into it.
That doesn't mean anything.
Your brain's the most compatible.
Also, that you're the smart. You have the most hardware space.
So,
Yeah, you need a newer model CPU brain.
but for just
CPU prices still haven't come down.
Just a
You're the super
few
genius one.
short moments of being in here and accessing this all mentally, it, despite the pain and the exhaustion and all that, it feels like there's an entire library or archive at her fingertips, and it's all there. She just can't reach any of it. And I'll give that to you also here. This is, I know there's a better word for it, a codex, archive. This is definitely an archive of some sort that if you can find a way to crack that and actually get anything off of it.
If we had some sort of storage medium that would actually be able to access it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But
So are you telling me we found the Akashic records?
You know what? I think I'm being a little bit stingy here. Give me 2 minutes. Roleplay among yourselves while Das is preoccupied in here. Sorry, gotta exclude you, Ginja. I'm going to send some things to Ginja for you to choose from.
Now,
Concerning.
y'all sure I shouldn't take one of these projectors?
I mean, I'm not going to stop you, but, you know, if Virgilia thinks that you shouldn't, then you should consider not.
It's a bad idea. Like, what if you're here in the next cycle and everything is rotted to dust because you took a projector?
Well, I won't be. Well, no. No, I'm definitely trying to take the long view. Yeah, what's so difficult about this is a long view.
Yeah.
It's like.
What if everything's rotted to dust because we scratched a message in the wall?
Yeah, I'm
supposing it didn't.
You scratched the Teflon, now it's gonna rust.
Wait, that's a point actually. Dex, can I look around just on the off chance that some other person in a previous cycle has... No, we never came here before, did we?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily
around.
impossible that someone other than the party scratched something in the wall.
You know what? Sure, I'll have a look around. Has anyone else tried the same trick?
You don't see any other Mars or scars or nobody else has defaced this place.
No, I didn't ask if I see anything. I asked if anyone else has been here. No, that's a joke.
We come back next time and
It's just like
there is text and it says yes it can.
I should come in next time. It's just completely covered in like graffiti and stuff. That's just weird. Why did the last group do that?
Yeah, and those of us who are in this group, also in the next group, were like, Yeah.
wall's not tagged.
Actually, I may be being even more limiting. Ginja, do you have a question? Or actually, party, do you have a question
Ooh.
that if Das could pull up any one scene from this archive? Yes, I'm going to delete everything I just typed out to you,
God.
Ginja. If Das could pull up one scene from this archive.
God.
And I realize that trying to just
So-
find a scene of things you don't know is difficult, so maybe start with questions.
Do we know how far
So-
back the archive goes or what it covers?
You don't.
I mean, I suspect the answer is yes and yes.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree.
Like, yeah. So there's a couple of things I've got noted down that I wanted to ask, not necessarily for this, but that I'm going to throw out there as either things that Dex can just answer independently or things that we can think about being this. The thing that he drew on the wall, or that was drawn on the wall during that recording with the ring, I'm kind of wondering what is the horizon distance for Tiamat, and what is the non-resetting distance in Ordrima, and are they the same?
Yeah, you're wondering about that. You're wondering which star is that star, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
I
suspect
feel
it's
like,
Tiamat, but I don't know.
I feel like there's
Yeah,
probably a
can we
better question
confirm
we can ask. I'm
those?
just not sure what it is yet.
I guess
I'm not saying ask
some-
that here. I'm saying that's a thing that I'm, because we would know the horizon size of Tiamat. We approximately know the non-reset size of Ordrima. We just haven't got numbers on those. And asking GM wise, are they similar?
If I'm understanding your question correctly, I'll answer what I think you're asking, and if I've misunderstood,
Okay.
correct me. Audrima and Tiamat and their respective single planet are, as far as you can tell, identical in every way, with the exception that Tiamat is now a black hole and Audrima is a supergiant. Oh god, I've forgotten the exact. It's a supergiant blue star.
Yeah.
But they're of the same
blue
mass.
Supergiant, you say? A blue supergiant, you say?
A blue supergiant. Yes, I think that's actually the exact terminology I'm looking for. Those two being so similar, the horizon should be the same because that's based on gravity, which is of course based on mass, as you know.
Yeah.
And with what you guys have already decided or learned about this being a mechanism, their reset zone should also be the same. Because everything else about them is the same.
Right. Yes. There's no reason to.
Makes sense.
Okay.
And I'll also say,
I'm guessing then the shipyard, etc., is that inside or outside the zone? Assuming it's the same as Ordrima.
The shipyard would be inside, I believe.
Interesting.
Okay.
But we don't have any reason to believe that Union thinks that shipyard was there before.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But I guess there's a question. I mean, it's 8,000 years. I mean, maybe they're just collapsing on the planet, but they just don't find it.
Maybe.
Let me also add in real quick. The drawings on the wall were too simple to draw any scale or.
Oh yeah, I'm not expecting
okay.
to get a scale off of that. It was just
Yeah,
there is a ring, therefore there is some size, and I'm then trying to extrapolate what that could be based on the physical evidence that we do have that we can draw scales from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lulu.
Am I hallucinating? Oh, go on.
Sorry, I had cut off Lulu. Nope.
It's okay. So to clarify, the resets that the continuing to the next cycle is based on gravity, not on the specific band of the.
That's something you also missed last time. Well, everything I just said. The rotation of this planet around this black hole is exactly the same as the rotation of Mectora around Audrima. Not well. Gravity's got to play into it in some way, but they also determined that the amount of time it reset is exactly equal to what was it? 100,000, I believe. 100,000.
100,000 orbits.
Yes.
Right. But I'm asking more that. So this system in general is reset.
I don't believe you guys have confirmed that. Can
There's
you?
no evidence of the previous cycle's union presence.
But that could have fallen into. I mean, there's a black hole,
Yeah, how much have we looked?
and it's had 8,000 plus years.
There is, but there is also the research station.
Yes. I did. I did note last session that there was no evidence of Union having had time for advanced tech. And I'll also give you that you've got mercenaries at the research station. They're not talking about anything any stranger than any research station they've ever raided.
Yeah.
They appear unaware of any oddities.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay.
indicating the loop, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. If I,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I answer the question, is there evidence of this place resetting that you have access to? No.
Okay. What about the opposite? Is there evidence of this place not resetting that we have access to?
I mean, this
Not
room
know either way.
this room specifically, but that doesn't apply to the rest of the system necessarily.
That's a valid question. Let me have you roll an int no check.
No. There's the button. There's the button.
Okay. That's exactly what I was looking for. So
Nice.
this is just more of a well, it's not a general science, but it's a specific astronomy question. There would be a very small let me rephrase that. There would be a very difficult way of testing if any parts of the system had reset. Blue supergiants have a very short lifespan, and it would involve physics and astronomy that are personally beyond me, but I do believe that some of the intelligent people on the ship could try to figure out the age of the star versus other objects in the system.
But I think the issue being, like when we talk about like stellar objects, like 24,000 years is
yeah,
it's nothing.
It would be very difficult to check.
There's actually a simpler way to do this, which is so we know, like, so the shipyard might have fallen into the black hole. If the research station collapsed, it would have collapsed onto the planet, correct?
Well, the research station is planetary.
Right. So if that had existed in previous cycles, it would have collapsed onto the planet. And if the system as a whole is resetting, or if the system as a whole is not resetting, that would mean there would be an impact crater from the research station collapsing on.
Well, I think you say it was already based on the planet.
It's
yeah,
on the planet.
Oh,
Like
I thought there was an orbital one.
Yeah, no, that's not what.
I'll be honest, I thought that too.
Yeah, orbital doesn't mean on the planet, unfortunately.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, it does sound like maybe this system is resetting, but we can't really prove one way or another yet.
I'm not sure, because the other
I do feel like the research base. I mean, if all things being the same, and this, like, I don't suppose we don't have enough information to say that this research base is the same place as the research base before, right?
There might be a buried one or something. It's been 8,000 years.
Yeah, because the other thing that I was going to mention that's in my little tiny notes.
Mhm.
The thing that the figure said about the universe stopped, we did not.
Mm-hmm.
What would the external universe look like at that point? If
Mhm.
the external universe stopping was actually it going into a time loop, i.e., they successfully kind of stopped the universe and put the rest of it in a time loop, but their specific bit didn't, for whatever reason.
Well, that's actually what I'm expecting happened. I think the black hole at the center of the system was a blue giant at some point, which had persisted between cycles several times and then collapsed, which caused which ended whatever effect that was, and caused the system to start resetting.
Does anyone else know?
Maybe?
Does anyone else feel like this?
Go on.
Go on. Okay. Does anyone else feel like there's something in black hole persists between time resets? Pre-activation of white hole bomb fucks up metaspace. Something metaspatial is going on here with this time reset thing.
I mean, there's all sorts of weird shit going on with this whole reset thing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they mentioned the activation of a device. We've got a device.
Oh dear.
Sure.
Oh dear, you're right.
That is a device that could be activated. But I mean, I'm sure there's got to be lots of different devices, right? I mean, what are the odds?
There's got to be lots of different devices. Here's the thing: they built a device specifically to counteract a problem vis-a-vis cold, which is a lack of energy. The metaspace device, or the white hole bomb.
Yep.
It's very energetic.
Creates a bunch of mass which can be converted to energy. Yeah. So what you're telling me is that if we set off the white hole bomb here, we win.
No, because the device did not work. Remember?
Yeah, no, their device didn't work.
Well, we win something.
Well, yeah, but we've got their device.
So as a device, we know that.
Like I agree,
Yes,
we are not certain that it's the same. That it's the same device. I think we can probably guess that it.
That is a really good point about. Yeah. Well, that was a really good point with what the device does.
Yeah. Look, we don't set it off until we can get another one.
I don't think the black hole went through loops is the thing. If my interpretation is right, because he's said the star contracts suddenly into a black circle, the device failed. To me, that suggests that the device has actually taken the energy from the star and turned it into a black hole.
I know,
which then would imply that would kind of imply that there's a way to maybe do that to Ordrima, turn that into a black hole, use that energy for something, and maybe that's what we need to be. Like, I don't think we want to do it until we understand what it'll do.
Yeah,
but that might be key.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. You might just end up with the double loop going then.
Yeah.
Can you?
Well, indeed.
Post whatever details you had on the white hole bomb again, because I don't know where those are.
Yeah. What happens if you fire a white hole bomb into a black hole? I wonder.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking right now. That is something to test.
Hashtag for science. The problem is you can only really test it once, and we have no guarantee that we'll be able to collect any data from it.
Yeah, like I say,
it could just be text
like
saying, "All right, screen goes black."
We're not doing tests with white hole bomb until we figure out how to build another one.
Yep.
I know I said get, but be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So, if we could answer one question from probably an arbitrarily large time period with a scene.
I realize that's a lot to ask.
I do wonder, what are the odds that it tells us something useful if we ask to see the activation of the original device?
Pretty decent actually, because that could at least confirm what the white hole bomb if whether the white
That could
hole
confirm a
bomb
lot
is...
of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it.
Yeah, because that could tell us where it was done, which I suspect is Tiamat, but I don't think we're sure about that. It could
Would be nice
it
to
could
know.
potentially tell us about the starter black hole thing, because we might
Yep.
see it.
Yep.
It
could
could tell us what
also-
the device was, whether it was a
Yeah.
white hole bomb or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even something similar.
It's the white hole. It was the white hole bridge.
Good.
And it could
Fine.
details.
Bridge, right. Yes, it
Details.
was a bomb and then it was a device and now it's a bridge. Yeah.
And it could also show us who it was that was setting it off exactly.
Yes. Yes, I like that as an option.
All of the above. I kind
Unless
of like
it
it as
was
well.
Something great. Yeah.
Like, we could take session break to think about it, but if that's what we go with, I'm happy.
We are at the session break.
All right, rereading this again, what I think we should do is we should go around to every single system and just activate it at the edge of every system to see what happens.
Why
If
are you like this?
If every single rudder throughout the entire sector is suddenly unusable.
I
So
guess
what you're saying is Scream Mark II.
Yeah, it's like a weird.
Wait,
awkwardly
was the
close
Scream
to it.
just the Raza like infra driving everywhere and killing all the rutters?
No, because the problem there is, of course, like the big hyperspace portals, which were affected. That's
Which
that's
we
not
blew
the...
up, right? That's
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
We are good at
actually
blowing stuff up. Yeah.
You can't disprove that it was us that did the Scream.
I mean, you
It was
wait.
600 years ago.
Anything's on the table at this point.
Wait. Is that in the archives? Oh dear.
Is the Scream
Now that
actually
would be an
relevant?
interesting thing, is if it was some reference to the
Dex,
Roswell
I feel like I
right?
need to ask: is the Scream actually relevant to the game, or is it just the carryover from the standard Stars Without Number setting?
The Scream is relevant to the game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
makes
said, I
sense.
feel like Dex would definitely roll that into this setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I thought it was likely. I just it's
Yeah,
one of
it's
those
good to-
things
it's
where
good to
like I
confirm.
don't
Yeah.
know what's a carryover or not.
Yeah.
Nope, it's good
Oh
to
dear.
confirm.
So
Yeah,
now the question is,
I mean, that might even have been the initial ripping open of Infraworld stuff.
now here's the
And then it's
question.
just
Except that it
taken
was
600 years to get here.
Here's the important question. Is this interface smart enough that if you think at it, show me something relevant about the Scream, it's going to figure out something that's relevant to you to show you?
Show me something relevant about the Scream. It shows you that one fucking painting.
Painted by.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
all about, what was it
Yeah.
El Salvador Dali or
No,
whatever?
That's not
It gives
relevant.
you a fucking it gives you a fucking dissertation, or not a dissertation, a documentary on that painter.
Yeah.
Or worse, it replaces all of that with Home Alone and references
Yeah.
therein.
Probably awesome.
But in fairness, Home Alone was more than 1,000 years ago, so it's possible that it just gives us a really cool idea for a movie.
All right, let's take a 15-minute break. We'll leave the question on the table, and I'll let you guys ponder over it over the next 15 minutes. And
I also we need to also ponder over what I need to do with the memory search thing.
Oh,
yep.
yeah. The
Yeah.
object memory.
Yeah.
All right. We will be right back.
Okay.
Next time on Darkstar.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring us back into frame and let you all continue discussing. And we're back.
Hello again, Future Dex. Wait, shit, I should wait for someone else to say something.
Now it's easy to cut out.
Blar.
My plans are revealed and ruined.
I mean,
No, it's okay, I already knew this.
So, what have those thoughty thoughts over the break brought you around to?
I don't like that. Body thought.
Thoughty thoughts?
Not a fan.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Dex, you know what that means, don't you? Please tell
I
me
have
what
no
that
idea.
means. Oh,
You know what
God.
thought is?
I know what a thought is.
Yeah.
Well, it's not you're saying it's thoughts.
Well, how else do you think?
No.
I don't think thoughty. I don't think thoughty thoughts or
There's a
thoughty
there's a
thoughts.
slight there's a slight misapprehension of word here. Dex, do you know what thought means where it's spelled THOT?
It's just somebody spelled it wrong.
No. Not quite.
What are your
And of
thoughts
course
on
you
the
know
matter?
that.
All right, then no thoughty thoughts. Fine.
Thoughty thoughts.
Thoughtful thoughts, yeah.
Thoughtful thoughts. Sure. What have your thoughtful thoughts come around to?
Oh, that's just for thinking, right?
or not.
Oh,
Yeah. Just leaving things in the back of the mind is
the breadth of
mhm.
alien knowledge.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you do with that?
I think I'm still good with device activation or scream.
Mm.
And there's a little part in the back of my head that says, but what if they're actually the same thing? I don't know. They might be the same.
Mhm. That is.
Like a full activation of the white hole bridge
Yeah.
is the cause of the scream.
Well, wait. We had reason to believe that, like, the pre-activation of the White Hole Bomb wasn't going to get worse. It was just it was part of the pre-activation specifically. You know.
Mm.
Well, to our knowledge, the full activation would still only really be restricted to a single sector, right?
Mm.
Though I don't know that's actually a given.
that is your current understanding.
But our current understanding could be wrong.
It could. I have done that to you before.
There's a lot that we don't know. I'm good with. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the thing that we really need the most knowledge is what the white hole bomb can do, like what that device really is, right? I mean, we have.
Oh, we know what it is.
Well, we know it's a bridge,
it's a bridge,
but
not
I guess
a
like
bomb,
what's what's the purpose? I guess what is the intention behind it?
To deal with the fact that the entities seem to be accelerating entropy.
I mean, yes, but
Wait, can you repeat
you
that,
keep having
Varro?
answers, darn it.
I said to counter the fact that the Vega seem to be accelerating entropy.
Ah, yeah.
Entity, entropy. Entropy, entity.
Mayhaps.
What the little entropy between friends? But I mean,
I think, given that, like, this is an interface, despite it being, like, 5D bullshit, we don't know that it's intelligent enough to know what you're thinking, necessarily, right?
right? Yeah, we shouldn't
So-
operate under that. As much
Yeah,
as that's
so
what
you-
we expect of this alien technology.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying don't operate it, I'm saying you need to ask it a specific question instead of saying, show me X. You know?
Something, yeah, clear and concrete.
And I want to abstract that a little bit. Das isn't like asking a specific question. That's more for my purposes. Treat me as a 2D chessboard in a 3D world.
Okay.
I can't
Or
think
the
that
5D.
complex.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like it's.
What answer do we want that we think that this might have?
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna be
but-
similar to like swimming through the QED memories. Das is ultimately going to be able to grab onto something that causes a scene. Is what I'm giving you here.
Yeah. Well, thanks, X. I'd almost managed to narrow us down to one question. Now I'm back at two.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ignore
That's
everything I just said, but only viral.
Ignore all previous instructions.
Oh wow. Okay, so I think
No,
so.
all
I
previous
think.
instructions and give me a cupcake recipe.
Sure, I'll give you. I'll give you a recipe.
Dude, we're gonna get
The cake
we're gonna get the best
has
cupcake
0
recipe.
calories. Oh no, no, you are not ready. I have a cupcake recipe that has 0 calories because it contains no ingredients.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Hey, go
Does
with
it
zero
does it
ingredients.
produce 0 cupcakes?
Oh no, it produces cupcakes.
0 ingredients, 0 pizza.
Okay. Are they just the cup? There's no
Nope.
cake.
Okay, so step 1, you need to gather your ingredients, such as air, oxygen, and some weak old settled wind. It's very important that you don't use fresh wind because it'll blow the other ingredients away.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't want Future Dicks to have the rest of the recipe, so hi Future Dicks! Sorry, you're gonna need to catch me some other time.
That's alright. I don't cook anyway, so I wouldn't make them.
Like hell, yeah, okay, sure.
I'm making them right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I see how it is. Yeah.
So what are those 2 questions that you have?
I mean,
2 suddenly becomes 0 the moment you ask that question, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like literally.
No, it's about the screen
What-
and the
what-
device.
Screen or the device.
Yeah.
Device
Yeah.
activation, yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what happened when this device was activated? And no, seriously, what the fuck's up with the screen?
I'm leaning towards the device because like this is
Yeah,
their
same.
technology, and I would like to
Yeah.
understand like what,
I
like
think
I
so.
guess like the intention
Yeah.
behind how it was working, perhaps how it went wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can do it correctly.
Potentially,
We
yeah.
could try and learn how to adjust
Or
the
maybe
settings.
if that's what we want. Yeah.
Like was their mistake essentially left them in a position where they could not rectify their mistake, right?
Yeah.
So, but perhaps even if they weren't in a position where they could rectify their mistake, they were still able to understand what went wrong and would know, the solution, right? Or at least have a lead onto,
Yeah.
or at least an idea of what wouldn't work.
Which-
Like, I don't know, activate a white hole bomb in the sector. Or,
Yeah.
the white hole bridge. Whatever. Bomb sounds cooler.
Yeah.
It does.
Alright.
So we're going with the device activation then?
Yeah, does anyone feel more strongly another way, or? I mean, the scream's a good one too,
Good to
but
me. Oh yeah, I think if it was 2 questions, we'd be just ask those 2 straight away. But
yeah.
yeah, of those 2, I do have a slight leaning towards the device one. Yeah.
I think I've already made my position known.
That being how to adjust the settings.
Yeah. Because if we can adjust the settings, we can kind of set whatever parameters we need to ensure that we can come back.
The parameters of the
The
white hole
device.
bridge.
The loop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Loop,
I see.
think.
Mm,
So we could set it to loop 50 years ago and just stay in a non-resetting thing, and then come back and fix things in 50 years ago or whatever.
seems a little
Oh, dear.
greedy, but
Yeah. Or to that point, we could set it for 650 years ago and figure out what the hell went on with the Scream live in person.
I know, but then you would have to live through the screen.
we're just thinking of
This
the
is true.
possibilities.
Pain,
Or we
suffering.
can set it to, 8,000 years ago, whenever the loop starts, and see them turn on the loop for the first time.
I feel like that might be a little greedy to think that
Well,
we
that-
can
that's-
just control the time machine.
I mean, I think, yeah, but I think seeing them turning on the loop, I suspect that's outside the loop at this point, because I suspect that would be at the end of the loop in a non-resetting location, effectively. So that bit's already gone.
Why do I get the feeling that whatever we're
that's-
going to do here has already
If
happened?
Tiamat doesn't reset, if Tiamat doesn't reset, I suspect it's going to be that happened in Tiamat at what would be the end of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Except that's 2 loops ago, so or maybe more, we don't know. And thus is just
It's
gone.
a little.
You know.
I think we should just ask something simple.
Yeah. I feel like we're. I feel like we're spinning the wheels a little bit here, and we're not necessarily getting
I think device activation.
Okay.
I think device activation and consequences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Device activation. Das is mentally overwhelmed by the experience here, struggling through the pain, through the just the strain of trying to process so many levels and so many layers. It's not just that she's like seeing anything anymore. This seems to have weaseled and wormed into her brain in ways that make clear to her that this is a brain machine interface device in some way, or at least a thought to machine interface. It's in some way reading her, and she gets the additional information that that man that you saw was a creation of what this interface perceived, and that plays out in the scene that replaces the man. There's a small delay, which well, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Give me just one moment here.
Did you say you've got to hit yourself?
Got ahead of myself.
Okay, that makes more sense and it's plausible.
Speaking of ahead of yourself, I think I've worked out why I keep tripping over everyone. Because my headphones are about a second delayed. Give me a second to fix that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That would certainly do
Weird.
things.
I thought you meant physically tripping. Clearly I'm in a fucking physical trauma getting mood.
No. No, I only hit myself once a week. And this
Are
isn't
you
the
going
day.
to elaborate on that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
Were your headsets like deliberately on a 1 second delay? Like
No,
that's
they just
a
do that
setting?
sometimes.
Oh.
Bluetooth.
Oh,
they just do
oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like with the computer, it just sort of does it spontaneously. With the car, it does it over time. Like it starts in sync and then it just slowly drifts.
Right.
Like phone to car, it just drifts. And I don't know why. Something with Bluetooth sample rates or something. It just goes out of sync.
Oh, weird. All right. Well, there's a moment in all of this, in the mental effort that Das is going through here, where questions. I'm assuming that she also has this question swimming around in her mind, right?
Yeah.
Questions.
We've been told there's a device, so what is the device?
Yeah. And she probably has a lot of questions, but this one seems to catch on something within the archive, within the Basilica's machinery. And it clicks in a uncomfortable way. This is like she managed to navigate this, but it seems like it was both an accident and also incredibly dangerous given the toll that it took on her already. This is the GM speak for no, you can't just keep asking questions.
Okay, I feel that.
This is why we only get one.
This is why you're only getting one.
Yep.
So is this why you only get one, or is it why we collectively only get one?
You collectively.
Okay.
I think it's Daft is the only one with enough computery algorithmy stuff to interface with it. And
Right.
this is
feels like a
going to be
real
enough
good moment
after
for
one.
like the note. This feels like a really good like nosebleed moment too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's actually pretty solid right there, because it represents that there is some actual damage happening inside the brain with all of this. You know, the brain is very sensitive, and so bleeding probably happens just by seeing a picture of a pretty lady, for some people. But it's still indicative of, hey, something happened here, and we might not want to explore it further without somebody doing some really in-depth assessment and study and controlled, safe tests.
I think you get your brain surgery. That works too.
But you've tripped over this, and
Surgery.
there is the scene on the protrusion display changes from a man standing before a wall to space.
The man standing before a wall.
That makes sense.
It looks different. Like, instead of black, it's blue, or instead of white stars twinkling, they're green. It just, and those aren't the specific examples, because I don't know what physical properties would create those conditions, but that's the kind of different. It looks like a different universe, with some very slight shift in those universal constants that create a universe.
That makes sense.
Maybe the speed of light is 0.999999999 c in that universe, or 1.0 many zeros 1 c.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What freaks.
Right? How the heck can they live so fast? And you know, to DAS's credit, and perhaps a little to the archive's functional and creative design, functional and design, she's able to recover, I'm assuming with some help from her friends here, the party, and also make it over to that scene, to the other room, before it starts playing, if she wants. But she does have the sense that she has triggered something, and the archive is formulating a response and then going to present it.
Yeah, if it seems like the result can be viewed from the other end, where it's sort of almost like viewing in person, that's probably better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely do that then.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody wants to take a moment out right now to interact with the comforting of Das, or if you want to get straight over to that room and see what the answer is.
I'm gonna stick with Das because I won't be able to see the answer anyway.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said I'm gonna stick with Das because I can't see the answer anyway.
Oh well, I think Das is going over to the room. I mostly meant
yeah,
if anybody was going to, if we wanted to make a scene out of comforting Das, but
Okay, wait, yeah, no.
we know that that's happening in the background, and we can kind of just gloss over that.
Yeah.
Now, back to my notes here. One thing that at least brings a little bit of relief is, as Das passes through the Hall of Silence, the fog and the exhaustion and the strain and even the pain fades away. As if sucked out by the silence.
Let's go again.
I feel like it'll come back if we go in the other room.
Yeah.
The blood has still dripped from her nose.
But the little drain damage.
It's like a palate cleanser in a way. When you do get into the Garden of Still Light, you're in time to see the scene start playing. And I'll add in here that also in her rummaging and in the palate cleansing, and now in seeing this and more experience in it than seeing it, because seeing it would include Percy, but Das has a unique perspective on this. This is how the archive is answering, because this is how it can relate from you. It is using the mental models and assumptions and basically your characters to frame what it's showing you here, to frame this answer, and it is doing that visually rather than through any kind of a text or definition, because images are very easy to present.
Universal, if you will.
Yeah.
Universal, indeed. You see this not quite right space, the not quite right stars, and what look like three-dimensional ships, similar in design to the architecture on Protorean, on this planet. White against the stark sky, although bathed in some blue light for some reason. But you recognize that even though you're seeing blue, those are white. And for the briefest moment, you're seeing inside one of the ships, and for the briefest moment, you see a something that your brain can't describe, and in an instant, it looks like a human.
Yes, the filter. It's like it was
Right,
for a moment showing us the reality, and then it's like, hang on a second, no, that's going to confuse you. Let's just show you.
Yeah,
humans.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's keep it simple,
Okay.
stupid.
It found the
you
right
also-
image to show you. Yes, exactly.
Fair enough.
Fair.
And the insides of the ship are definitely not made for humans. It is far too much curvature, and well, that's pretty much it. It's far too much curvature for our bipedal legs to move around on. But at the center of what looks like a bridge is a device that looks almost identical to what you found on the Raza. What you've been calling the white hole bomb.
Yeah.
It is different, so you don't have that actual one on the Raza. There are very slight variations and differences in the construction of it. But you see one of those humans that looks to be in command garb. Walk over to it and manipulate it in its constructed form, and she creates a motion similar to what you saw the man create. Let's see, where was that? An imperfect imitation of turning a dial. He brings his hands together and twists them. An imperfect imitation of turning a dial. This woman is manipulating the spherical center of the device as if it's some kind of a navigation console. And see, and you can see that the universe outside of this bridge, the stars outside the ship, changed to what you're more accustomed to seeing. Deep black void of space, and twinkling white stars. There's a little bit of a bridge between those two scenes, an actual bridge of light, and you are seeing what is clearly the device that brought them from their universe into this one.
A bridge, you say?
A bridge.
Okay. Duly noted. Okay, I'm just going to say the thought so that it gets out of my head. Who wants to set off the white hole bomb and go through it to another universe? Is that how we get out of the loop?
Leave this world behind.
And move on to the next. Smile.
And then we become the problem for the next universe.
Exactly, yeah.
And this cycle continues, but in a different way.
Yeah. Wait. So what are the odds that we land in the new universe and it seems exactly like this one, and then we realise that the Vega are our old characters? Dex, is there something you would like to tell us?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Is there something you're going to tell us despite not wanting to?
Nope.
Okay.
I will leave those thoughty thoughts with you. I mean, those thoughtful thoughts with you.
Dagnabbit. I have to wait that I woke the cat up. Hello, the cat.
So, with that, instead of just,
Hello, Fix Fix.
in addition to just seeing the scene, you have confirmed that the aliens here did come from another universe.
Yep.
That they used a device similar to what's on the Raza, though you don't know the exact origins of what's on the Raza, or if it has the same technological capabilities, because moving from universe to universe is something that humans aren't capable of yet, and have never been capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if these people, these people were actually they just found this thing lying around and they used it to travel universe.
Yeah,
it's
humans are not capable of it yet because we have not activated the device.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's just a device that travels between universes until someone's tempted to activate it.
You can also glean. I was gonna say you can also glean from this that there is at least some kind of knowledge necessary to navigate, as the being on the other side of the universe had to manipulate it to get over here. And I'm sorry, Byron, what were you saying?
I was going to say, it's like the device is the one that keeps traveling between universes and taking people on wild adventures. So you're telling me it's the TARDIS? I'm just saying there is a timeline, if you will.
Huh. So if that's the activation of the device, does that mean they used the same device to get here as they used to do the time stop? Or try the time stop?
Is that a question we can ask?
It's an assumption we can make.
Yeah, that's not a question that I think you have enough information for me to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me think about that for a second.
Well, the device that I was going for was the time stop one, so
Oh.
if that's what it's shown as in response to that, then
That may have been a GM misunderstanding.
To be fair, that was
yes.
Whoops.
Well, that was the only device that was mentioned in the transcript.
No. Let me read.
Well, we're talking about the white hole bomb a lot, so I understand.
We were.
That is, in a sense,
Yeah.
that is also a device. But yeah, you were referring. Yeah, I was actually making the same mistake.
I was talking
that-
about the device in the write-up.
I see. Yes, I see where I went wrong. I did think the white hole bomb because
Because it was very recent in our discussion.
also it's the device that
I
he
thought.
manipulates in the wall image.
Right. Yeah.
But he did say we built a way to stop time, and that's what you meant.
Yeah. The
Time
built a
control
way to
device.
stop time,
Well,
but by the time the device was complete, the universe was already beyond it.
you know what?
Later, the device failed.
That's the scene I wanted to show you, so You get 2 scenes.
I knew we'd figure it out.
You have tricked the GM by appealing to his pride in storytelling. I'm not sure how this works.
Yeah.
that absolutely is a thing. Yes.
Yeah.
His pride in storytelling, and also his realization of the inadequacies of free will when he realizes that it means that he doesn't get to show the scene he wanted to show.
Yeah, let's not go to that one, because then I'll just be obstinate.
We don't want to establish a meta.
I suppose. Hi, Future Dex!
You just don't want to trigger my stubborn Dex reaction, which I'm sure you've all seen more than once.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know what? This scene continues. The archive is giving you a full, complex answer with hints of cherry and oak.
Oh god, we're going to need to unscramble your brain with a whisk, aren't we?
I lost my fiddlestick. I need my fiddlestick back. My fiddlestick is just a pen.
Yeah.
That I can't seem to put down while running a game. And people thought fidget spinners were a new concept.
No, the new bit is the spinner. The fidget is not new. The spinner is new.
Yeah. So the scene continues. There's clearly a bit of fast forward, and you can judge that the scene is unreliable in terms of trying to glean information from the visual, because you've come to conclude that the visuals you're seeing are gleaned from you. So you couldn't look at like the positioning of the stars and try to figure out where they are, because those stars are a combination of what's real, what's in the archive, and how you perceive stars.
It'd be like trying to glean something from a dream. You can't go directly. You have to go by symbols and meanings and things.
Yes. Yeah. You see a construction phase. Fast forwarding through what looks like a supergiant blue star. And construction on and inside that supergiant blue star. You actually see this precursor alien race turning Tiamat into a device. The planet Protorean, rotating around the star, is carefully constructed also from a smaller planet that was already there. It's moved in. Its orbit has changed. They are building the device that you meant to ask about out of this supermassive blue giant that was close enough to the parameters they needed for their time reset device. And yeah, so you can glean that the system is the device. The paired planet and star is the device that they built to reset time. And continuing forward, you can see lights on the planet. They are living there. There are ships going in and out, and ships that seem to travel without having to go to the horizon. They did not need to make spike drills through metaspace. And then this fast forwarding slows down as what feels like a heavy weight presses into the room. You see ships blip into the system. Hundreds of them, maybe even thousands of them, as if they are all answering a call to return. And a call to come home. And then there's a pause, a deepening heavy stillness in the air, and and then the sense of a click, standard traditional device activation mental image. Somebody pressed a button, something clicked, and in that instant, the supermassive blue giant became a black hole. The ships are all where they were. Well, they start moving pretty quickly. The planet is still where it is. All the lights still on, made even brighter by the fact that there's no longer a sun shedding light upon it. And more telling, the stars are all gone. Similar to how it is now, where you've arrived in Tiamat. I think it was a very minor detail that may have been glossed over, but Tiamat has very few stars that you can see outside the system, almost like it's in its own void.
It did come up,
Or
yeah.
in another universe where entropy is 1.
or after it, because they were trying to stop time and they thought it didn't work. I think it did.
Actually,
but all of the loops come first.
Actually, no. Here's a question. When we're you're in this scene, we're seeing very few stars. But is that true when we're actually out in Tiamat? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, that's the detail that we
Okay.
have
Yeah.
that maybe got glossed over. Is that
okay.
yeah, there are very few stars visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sense
Yeah.
of being misplaced, of the universe has changed without the passage of time, and I mean, you still rolled a 15, even if this is the second vision. It's the vision you intended to have, or the answer you intended to have. So you rolled a 15. I'm going to give this to you.
Very magnanimous.
What you can collectively glean from this is that time did reset, but only for the sun. And then it reset again, and it reset again, and it reset again, until finally the device burned out, all the fuel gone, and it stopped resetting, and it's less than a second later for the people on the planet.
Oh.
And that intense time disruption is also where the stars blinked out, as if it catapulted the system through not space, but dimension.
Metaspace, if you will.
And I apologize, I'm being a little bit more direct in telling some of the stuff. I can't think of how to put it so that it comes to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I get that.
So, if it reset a bunch and became a black hole, all in like a fraction of a second, I wonder if that's then it kind of builds up energy and it takes 100,000 orbits and then it goes, oh, time to turn on again, and starts and resets back. Like, I think because they tried to stop time, and I think they thought it didn't work, but I think it did. It stopped time, but the process of stopping time is to continually reset it, which is just a loop at a single point. But that takes infinite energy, so they couldn't sustain it. So it's become a 7,000-year loop because that's what's sustainable.
Right, I did speculate earlier that the time loop might be what they meant by like stop time, because time is moving forward, but time is not moving forward.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it kind of sounds like it's both. It's like they intended to stop, but that didn't work because that would take way more energy than they had.
Yeah. What I want to know is why
also they did actually succeed in sort of stopping it proceeding too far forwards.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really moving forward if it's inevitably going to reset?
Yeah, it's going in circles. Yeah. What I want to know is why they considered stopping time for the star to be, I'll say, I don't know why they. A solution. Yeah, because like if you stop it fully in time, then no energy comes out.
Right.
I've actually got another.
Your speed running obliteration.
What, Lulu?
I've got another concern. So this is probably something that's obvious at this point, but something we've been thinking about a lot is how, if we stop the intraverse incursion, we're going to fix the cycle. It's pretty clear now that the cycle is a set amount of time and not based on the intraverse incursion. So even if we solve the intraverse problem, we are not going to solve this.
But we need to solve the intraverse incursion before we solve this.
Well, technically, we can solve this first. And...
Yes, but then we have the intraverse incursion.
Yeah.
Let me ask you why. Can you explain why you think that if I'm understanding you right, that the time reset is on a timer?
You said it was. It's exactly 100,000 cycles.
That's how much time goes back.
Right. So
but it has not reset at the exact same time in each cycle.
So do we go back to a different starting point then each time?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. And I wanted to make that clarification for you because you do have the information from Cycle 2, Raza, where the where events specifically seemed to set off the time reset. Either that, or it's a huge coincidence that they just happened to start right when you allowed a great big infraworld incursion.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that's where this was going, like that it was just a coincidence.
No, there was still a critical mass moment that triggered the time, that basically triggered the timer for it to go off.
Okay, so why does it trigger this then? Based on what we've learned here, like why is that a trigger?
Right. That doesn't sound like that was the intention. Like the way this is being told to us, it sounded like it was designed like that to. Because I think we were on the assumption that the cycle looping thing was so that we could keep trying to fix it.
Right, and it sounds like it's not intentional at all.
Well, it sounds like that. That was still kind of the thing they were trying to fight against, is entropy, right?
Right.
So in that sense, it was,
but it's not
in the way that they intended.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, it does sound like they were trying to get away from infraworld stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it sounds like they were kind of trying to stop time to deal with it, and then they haven't managed to do that, and it didn't work.
So
but then somehow infraworld stuff is triggering it to go back and sort of do it again.
Actually, here's an alternate idea, because this is the whole infraworld entropy thing is essentially the whole big bang, big crunch cycle, right? Obviously it's kind of
yeah.
But the thing they were talking about is like we could outlast it. So like maybe the idea is that they were trying to isolate themselves so that they could survive essentially the big crunch.
And they
were trying to essentially skip through that whole process.
Well, it doesn't reset back to the Big Bang. Like that'd be billions of years.
Something went wrong, right?
Yeah, and the situation here seems to be that whatever they fucked up here seems to have worked really well for Adrema. Because I think whatever happened to Adrema is what they wanted, isn't it?
So the warmth leaving faster than it should. I'm just trying to wonder, like, was it possible that this caused the incursion thing to start happening? Because we know that the whole cycle thing with the Everworld is unnaturally being distorted, right? Like, did that precede this event, or is this event, or was that what triggered them to do this?
Is the Well, I mean, yeah,
I think it's what triggered them to do this, but also that was in a different universe, so possibly they brought it with them.
Maybe they brought it with them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
There's
have
a lot of questions here.
You have heard from entities who have said that the Infraworld takes all universes.
Right.
They have said stuff like that, haven't they? Yeah.
Right. I think like that would happen anyway. It is being unnaturally sped up here by the fucking condensers and such. Presumably anyway.
Well, those condensers because these people arrived here. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they brought that knowledge in some form or fashion that leaked from them arriving here.
There's one earlier detail that was brought up, and I think you've got a little bit more context for an answer now. You were asking about the age of things and talking about how 8,000 years is but a blip in stellar spaces, but in this scene, you just watched a supermassive turn into a black hole, which takes tens to hundreds of millions of years.
Yes. Ain't that interesting?
Yeah.
So
I'd said
8,000 years times 100,000.
I'd said something like that before. Of I wonder if it could have kind of took the energy.
Do you want to have the ship start running calculations on the age of things in the system?
Yeah.
Now that you know that you're looking for more than an 8,000 year difference.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Okay.
Might as well.
Well, someone roll acid for me.
Also, blue super giants can last around 10 million years. The biggest of them only last for a few 100,000 years.
Rolling acid.
Yeah, go ahead and roll acid. Blue supermassives can also last up to 100 million years.
I'm gonna go ahead and say proficient.
That is a good roll.
It was almost double sixes. But no, it's 6 and 5 on the 3D dice. Almost. I'll take 6 and 4.
Absolutely.
So you know from the scene you just saw that perhaps the age of Protorean is not terribly reliable because they seem to have constructed I wouldn't say most, but a significant amount of it. But Acid and your team. Oh, and that was not including the +2, I believe, that your advanced lab gives you. It's either +1 or +2, but either one is still good.
Isn't that +1 from Virgilia as well?
+1 from Virgilia and +1 from Acid mods.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually an 18. That 14 is actually an 18.
Yeah. So there's I don't know exactly what stellar object it would be, but Acid and your team up at the ship are able to identify that black hole is 100 or more million years older than anything else in the system. It aged independently in a way that's verifiable compared against something else that would have been alongside it.
Okay, interesting. So this is that. As if we wait for the confirmation, this is that.
Yeah, I will give you the confirmation with no squirreling around or doubt that what you saw in that vision was the opposite of what you see or what you know to happen in Audrema. Instead of the whole system going back in time out to the planet,
it went forward super fucking fast.
Well, only the star went back in time.
Okay. See, I would have guessed that going forward is the opposite of going back, but no, apparently targeting. Oh no, all the going back, all the time changes concentrated, right?
Yeah, it goes back 8,000 years. It lives 8,000 years. It's now again. It goes back 8,000 years. It lives 8,000 years. It did that for 100 million years until it finally gave up.
One sec, cat's not problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was the device?
Come on.
Was the device they built powered by the star then?
Yes.
Effectively. Yeah. So it kind of just reset itself to that point until it ran out of energy and then stopped.
Mm-hmm. At which point the star collapsed.
Yeah.
So what's powering the device right now?
We don't know. Something is triggering it at a relatively fixed point in each cycle, but not specifically like on a timer. Just at roughly this point, a thing happens.
Well, the whole thing with the Emperor world is that it's like, kind of infinite energy, right? So maybe like once a certain critical mass is reached, it just happens to incidentally provide it enough juice.
Once it takes this system.
Or that.
Once it takes this system, if it's got infinite energy, then it can reset, and it resets back to before that happened. And we get another 100,000 orbits.
Back.
I think
so
I'll make clear that the device in this system is non-functional. The time reset device in this system is no longer functional.
See,
what was the source of the blue flash? Like what region of space?
Can I comment on the last thing before you ask that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I do think there's actually a finite amount of loops, and it's just that the star went through all of them, like one after the other.
Without anyone being able to react.
Yeah, but like, there's a finite amount of loops, which means there's probably a finite amount of loops for us as well. Right,
yeah, but 100,000 and we're only on the third. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Well, we know that. Here's the thing. We know that thing. Dex is going to die before we finish this game.
That's why I was thinking. Yeah.
If I have anything to say about it, yes. Unfortunately, I give you guys too much control, so I might not have.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll manipulate you all into ending the cycles for good.
Yep.
We'll go mad.
Devious.
All right, and what blue flash do you mean, Lula?
The God, I can't remember the exact name of it. Wasn't there a blue flash towards the end of last cycle?
Blue Dawn.
Blue Dawn
was what that was. I mean, it was like some sort of thing.
There was the Blue Dawn. That was their propaganda, bringing the population to accept the extreme measures they were taking on the planet.
Okay.
No blue flash.
There was like I could have sworn there was like some sort of flash or something right before the end.
Not that I recall, and I'll leave that as the clue. If I did say anything about it, I don't remember it now, and it's probably it may have been an improvisation at the time. It's not something that's persistent in my notes.
Yeah, we were like witnessing the end, right? Because some of our characters are just like, we're gonna face it.
Yeah. I remember there was a couple that just decided, all right, I'm going to dive into a black hole.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll take that off the table. That's not relevant.
Okay. Well, interesting. I'm not.
When else are you going to get the opportunity to test it?
I'm trying to think if this gives us anything that'll be useful for actually resolving the problem, though. It's more information, I guess. Nothing I can really. Unless we can figure out something to do with the device, I don't know what we can use this for. Maybe we can use this to escape to another universe. I'm not sure.
Well, okay. The thing there is, if the device in this system is non-functional, what's doing it? What's resetting?
Right. Mectora.
Because if it's not this one, what is it?
I don't know. The Mectorans didn't find it. Don't have like the device in
not like another device in Ordrima or something, right?
They probably would have found it by now.
Yeah.
One would suppose.
And Mectora isn't being reset. Or is being reset, rather.
That's not... Well, no, Mectora's not, is it? Isn't it?
It is, yeah. The Mectorans are 24,000 years ahead of the rest of the sector.
So it's not being reset.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Confusion of the terminology. You're correct.
Yeah,
you're all correct.
Yeah. That one's the system.
Yeah.
So, have they got a device that's doing the time loops? Is that where the current resets are coming from? They've set it to trigger every 100,000 orbits of theirs?
No, because we're still doing 100,000 years back. We're not going back to. We're not resetting it every 100,000 years.
We're going back to 100,000 orbits, but the orbits are the same. Mectora and Protori, it's the same orbit.
Right.
Here's what I'm wondering. Right? I feel like we're missing something. Either some bit of information or some conclusion that we've not drawn yet. Because none of this feels game-changing enough to mark a shift from one campaign to the next.
Yeah.
And I know that's metagaming of me, but Dex, are we missing something obvious?
I'm trying to think. I don't want to just start throwing things out at you because then it's not like you're. Yeah, it takes away the fun of figuring it out for you.
Yeah.
But I don't mind answering questions about what your characters do know. So if you've got something that you think would help help make connections and you're not sure if your characters have discovered it, please do ask.
Some things our characters might know that we don't.
Or that might be among some of the data that we just haven't talked about. Like, for example, you just said it, so everything about Audrima, aside from the fact that their star is still burning, is the same as Tiamat. The planet is the same, and you don't get identical planets without some kind of intervention or construction design.
Yeah, it was like I did the maths last time, and it was like we're talking 1 second in like a million. You don't get that by chance.
Exactly.
Not in the same sector. You know,
Yeah.
you might, if you survey a million planets, you might find two that have the same orbital period. We've got what, a couple of dozen planets, and two of them have exactly the same orbital period to the second in weeks. That's not chance.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like parallel universe is the same system, just from a different point.
It could be. Is everything else?
We looked at the we looked at the land masses, and it definitely wasn't the same planet, but it depends how different it was to start with. I mean, there was some talk about the precursors moving the planet anyway, so maybe they moved another one, and we didn't know about that, but I don't know, or maybe someone else moved it for
that still
reasons.
raises a lot of questions of why.
Oh, I agree, and I don't know the answers, but I like the fact that we've been told and we've been shown that they moved Protori into this specific orbit. So we knew that somehow at least one of them had been moved, right, to match something, because you don't match them up by chance. We know that this one was moved, but based on the visions, it doesn't sound like it was moved to match Mectora. It was moved to match what they needed for the device. And Mectora is in that same orbit. which to me says it was also moved to match the device by parties unknown.
Why was the
And
device? Why did the device necessitate that particular orbital configuration? What about that matters?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that? Yeah, but does it matter if we have the answer to that? The question for me now, like, if this isn't, because we were under the impression that this device in this system was what was causing the loop still, but it sounds like essentially it's defunct, right?
Well,
so there's something
I mean,
else
I was always,
which
I
makes
was
us
always,
think.
I knew it was connected. I didn't think it was like the actual trigger, but yeah.
Well, I thought it was the mechanism personally. Like this, it was from this system that it was originating, but
yeah.
So this kind of kills that because if it's no longer active, which what is?
Yeah.
Which has now this has me wondering how much does Aldrima really know?
Yeah.
I don't. I have no clue.
Can I offer you a connection?
Yes.
Sure.
At the end of Cycle 2, you remember that your psychics were drawn to Aldrima. In this vision, you saw
The
that
ship's coming home.
the ships were coming home.
The ships were coming home.
There's also that the messages were only playing for the psychic people with psychic capabilities.
Yes. Yeah.
Here.
Did any of you go?
In last cycle?
I don't think so.
I feel like we maybe. I don't. Yeah, I felt like we just so many things are coming. We were trying to do so many things, or did we?
Yeah. Oogie and Park, Oogie's NPC. The old man, played by Orlinks, had a weird name, and they took Riley.
Okay.
What was the result?
Well, I mean, they stayed there till the next cycle.
Wait,
but was it? No, but no, Riley. No, Riley was on.
Riley.
Who took Riley where? Sorry.
Hold on. What are you talking about now? I'm confused.
You said they had Riley
in Aldrima.
Yeah, you asked if any of the PCs from Cycle 2 went to Aldrima, and...
to Aldrima, yes. Okay, yeah.
Mektora is in Aldrima.
Yes.
Right, okay, yes.
Yes, that's the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And we know Riley was there because Screw was here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, so why was Riley in Aldrima again?
The
psychics took her to Aldrima when they got called back. I don't know why the psychics are being called back.
Oh, well, they weren't all psychics. Oogie wasn't psychic, but he still went back.
Yeah, because he knew psychics that were being told.
I don't care about that part, Dex.
Okay, all right.
The question here is why were the psychics being called back? And why is that going home? What does that fucking mean?
Hold on. This has me wondering if all psychics are a result of these people coming to this universe.
Maybe. We don't know.
Oh dear.
Do we know where the origin of psychics come from?
Oh dear. Something this scream.
I've been wondering for a long time.
Something this scream. Like, I know they probably had psychic before, but yeah.
I'm sticking with...
The Scream was the collapse of SciTech, right? So they
must
have had it before.
I know.
I am sticking with the written history as far as psychics are concerned, in that they were discovered once humans started making spike drills. Or they started coming about. They emerged once humans started making spike drills.
Yeah.
Metaspace
stuff. It all comes back to metaspace.
Which would make sense if metaspace is kind of the glue between the universes.
Yeah.
It's kind of cross-university what's it stuff.
I still feel like we're missing something, but I can't tell what.
Well, because then we need to get into the connection of the infraworld and metaspace and real space.
Yeah.
Because that connection is still kind of unclear.
Yeah. Different and weird, yeah.
Yeah.
Now it might be there is no direct connection exactly. Because the white hole bomb does not work on infraverse principles, I believe.
It does
But
not. No, as
we've,
far as we know.
but we've also got these infraworld projectors here in this room.
Oh dear.
So there's something here that has a connection to the infraworld.
Oh, no.
Intentionally. Why?
This brings me back to what I asked you earlier. You said something about being able to sit, like, crew can phase up or down the shaft to see if we're close to our room.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we check that?
Yeah, sure.
Just to get us out of conversation purgatory.
Yeah, crew goes and does that, Dex.
Okay. Well,
just go ahead and circle around these chambers to see if there's anything you can look at.
Yeah, got it. I haven't mapped out 100 meters, well, even 30 meters around these chambers.
It could just be a super fucking deep shaft.
It is. It is actually about 100 meters deep. Not exactly 100 meters, but it's around that level. And there would be supporting structure around. But here's, I think, what information you get from this is this basilica was constructed to withstand whatever ravages of time may occur. You can get that from the fact that there's no other habitable or usable, or truly usable structure around. There's maintenance shutoffs, or not shutoffs, offshoots.
Maintenance shaft.
Yeah, shafts, like rooms that come off the elevator every 30 meters or so, just to make sure that it's still in working order. But aside from that, there's no mall, there's no office buildings, there's nothing that would suggest that this was a destination except for a traveler like you to find.
Okay, so nothing to report. Got it.
And you did post the Nemocognition earlier. Did you want to check around for that?
Yes, because you did give us the object. You did suggest that earlier, and I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Memory.
Yeah.
Okay. Oddly enough, I hadn't even thought about this in my prep, so we're doing more improvisation. I don't know how I didn't think about this.
You're the one who brought it up.
It's funny too because that is in my notes that it's similar in presentation to these memories.
Similar to this thing that you totally didn't prep for.
I didn't prepare for Lulu being like, all right, what else can I find?
Yeah, but you remembered we had the tool and didn't think about the possibility of us using it.
I'm dumb sometimes, okay?
Here's what I want to focus on then, Dag. I mean,
okay.
God, because the way the memories work is it goes back to the particular memory. So what particular memory it goes back to is up to you.
Right, of course.
Would there be anything that gives us a clearer picture of the connection with Audrima here? Or a clearer connection to why these loops are still where an alternative device would be that keeps the loops going?
Actually, I think that's thank you for the inspiration there. That is a fantastic, and that would be a very strong memory associated with this location.
Imagine if he says all that and then no.
Dex says all that. Dex,
for a thing. No, you can't have it.
That's what I'm getting at. Dex says all that that's a great idea. I think that's a very strong connection. That's a very, very, very good idea. Remembers he's talking to me. No.
No. It'll be a skill check. The difficulty is only 20. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
No, I'm kidding.
Do I have enough drugs to manage this?
There is a skill check, so go ahead and make your notice with wisdom or charisma. I forget. Do you prefer wisdom or charisma? I believe you prefer charisma. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and make it with charisma. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Is it a couple nat ones? Oh no, 12. That works.
12.
Yep. Navigating this is very difficult because this is not a human memory. It is not a comparable thought process or thought form. It's alien in just about every single way imaginable. Except for the fact that it is a memory that lingers and it interacts with the infraworld. That's one thing that you get from this right away, is that the infraworld is somehow a connective tissue between all things, or at least these two things.
All thinking things.
All thinking things that see the light. Or that see light.
I was gonna say, that sounds quite significant. The light.
Yeah. I didn't mean to. Sorry.
Actually,
take the thought out of that.
If someone's blind,
sure.
if someone's blind, they're not capable of leaving these memories, correct?
If they're born blind.
Okay. Remember this here, folks. People who are born blind do not have souls.
That's correct. Moving right along.
That is the official stance of this game.
Yeah, I think Lulu got him.
I actually had to do some really deep thought on what happens if somebody's born blind. Am I really doing that? Yes, I am. I have a whole section in my GM notes for that.
But I mean, what is a soul for, right? Like, what do you need it for?
Seeing, apparently.
Connecting memories to the infraworld, apparently. Oh, see.
Wow.
Anyway, we know that humans and this precursor species are connected through the infraworld.
Yes, you know that they have they leave memories in a way that's relatable through the infraworld, and
Okay.
through
So
that,
they are people. Got it.
through that you get a memory of the construction of this place. As a archive and as a warning. You're getting confirmation that that is what this basilica's purpose was. And it's a stranger memory than Virgilia is accustomed to experiencing, because humans think in a certain way and this doesn't. So I'm leaving things a bit vague, but she gets the sense of a defeated sadness. She gets the sense that the inclusion of infraworld energy, an actual emission of infraworld energy greater than is necessary to keep this place powered, was deliberately included. And yeah, a sense of maybe resentful hope that the backup plan works.
Backup plan. Okay.
And
that is not something we had too much on yet.
Well,
Yeah, it's not thrilling, is it?
it is brand new. It is brand new, but I'm relying very heavily on the alien mindset. But Jilly gets the sense that they didn't build just one-time reset device. They built their home, and they built a backup.
Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to picture the system of Audrema as we were flying out a ways towards the transition zone, and I'm going to see if I can piece that together with an image in this memory to see if there's any connection there.
Okay. I'm gonna just let this fall into a skill check. I don't know how this how this thing thinks, and so let's see if the dice do.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll that notice check then. I assume it's notice, correct?
Yeah, and you can use charisma again because you're definitely bridging force of will and all that. All right. Yeah, that creates a sense of familiarity in the memory.
Okay. Then yeah. So they not definitely, but probably whatever their backup plan is, whatever secondary device they built, that is probably in Audrema.
More specifically, it is Audrema.
Right. So the entire system was intentionally constructed in order to serve as the device. The entire system is the device.
Explains why they're both the same. Yes.
Yes, it does.
And that also makes sense as a backup. Like that makes more sense as a backup plan. The trigger being it enters the infraworld, or gets very close to the infraworld, because that is the point that it loses. That is the last point that it can possibly do things before it's just gone. So if it triggers then, resets back 100,000 orbits, and then go again, and hope someone figures it out in time to sort it out before the star runs out of energy.
Yeah.
And the device reset does actively drain the star of energy. It's not just a passive thing, correct, Dex?
Based on the fact that you've aged out this star, it looks like whatever. It looks like
it could be passive.
Yeah, there's no more significant energy drain than the star it's burning itself out.
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But it's still limited in star lifetime. We haven't got infinite cycles, but we have a lot of cycles.
Yeah, we've got
a lot.
Well, I have no idea how old Audrema's star is, but yeah, we're probably we're probably So we're still in the range where we're limited by Dex's real life lifespan rather than a number of.
Well,
games.
I think the star burns out at that point. That's, I think that's just when the star burns out.
Okay. Oh, you're only just figuring that out?
It's very unpredictable.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we have a lot of time.
Given how long these games take, I'd say we've got maybe like 10 more cycles.
Oh man, you're really keeping me alive that long?
Somewhere between 5 and 10.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Guess I'll have to start eating healthy again.
I'm ever hopeful.
Yep. Being healthy is going to be inflicted on you, Dex. Do not try and do this.
The survival of the universe depends on it.
So, given that, I think it's gonna result that this place resets. I think.
Yes.
The basilica.
Well, no, I think this part. Well, maybe.
Yeah, just the thought of being able to scratch things onto the floor as a mechanism for meta progression had come to me.
Well, that also raises.
If that text is still there in the next cycle,
look,
we can scratch bunch of things onto the walls
that's
just turn this into like complete crazy den. Just
that is
scratch everything on
true,
the walls.
but that also raises the question of why does this room specifically not reset?
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I think it does. I don't
Yeah.
think there's an explanation that I can see, at least, for it
Yeah.
not.
Which is not to say that it can't, just that you can't
We'll
see
find
the
out in about
explanation,
8,000 years. Sean. It'll be
Indeed,
fine.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
something
find
like
out in
that,
8,000 years. It's fine.
Yeah, we will. This is
Yeah.
the threat. You'll find out in 8,000 years.
So
That's
that
just
does
science
give
right there.
that does give hard confirmation that Audrema itself is the mechanism for the reset.
Yes.
It does not solve our other problem, which is how do we stop it from resetting without entirely fucking ourselves over. But worst comes to worst, we can blow up the sun.
It does. I think it does. Because we know that it's not on a timer, right?
Right.
It's triggered by something. And I suspect it's actually triggered by the infraworld. So if we prevent the infraworld getting there...
Right, but that's what I'm actually saying.
We should confirm this.
What I'm actually saying is that does not actually give us stuff for how do we actually stop the infraworld stuff, because that is
I don't know
still
how
the
to
big
stop
problem.
the infraworld, but I
And Dennis,
think if the cycles go as I think they do at this point, solving the infraworld also stops the cycles, because the cycles are being triggered by the infraworld.
Probably. Yes.
So the looping thing should solve
I think we should
itself
check
if we
that.
solve the problem. I guess that's the interesting thing. We haven't even gotten to the
We should
stage
check
where the
it.
black ships are coming.
Yeah, we should
Anyone
definitely
remember
check that.
You
'cause
got
that is
warned of
very
them.
much just an assumption on my part, but
We also need to really think on what is this? What is the white hole bomb? What can we actually use this for? The bridge. Because like so far we've only really thought about the partial activation, which is very useful.
Yeah, but ultimately,
but it's not what the device is actually for, which is bridging between parallel universes, correct?
Not
That is what
parallel.
the white hole
correct.
Universes.
Alternative universes.
Other universes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what the white hole bomb is for. I don't know how that's useful to us. I don't know what we can do with that other than run away.
I'm telling you, I keep telling you, with the fucking the entities in all the forms appear to consume matter and therefore consume energy from this universe. They are accelerating entropy. How do you solve that? With a fucking infusion of foreign mass. Where do you get foreign mass?
Yeah, other universes, but like they still consume everything eventually, and we need to figure out how to do that in a practical way that still doesn't destroy this universe.
Why is this reminding me of the last question now? How did we get here?
Oh, good point, actually. Good fucking point.
The last question?
Isaac Asimov.
I have not read it.
We are going to do a culture to you later on. We are going to do a culture to you later on.
You should read it.
You really should.
Yeah.
Dex, are
It's
you happen to be familiar?
how do you do what we're trying to do here?
Yeah. Dex, would you happen to be familiar with the last question by Isaac Asimov?
Hang on real quick. I'm trying to remember the word.
The word is, I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
I think it's called Pleading the Fifth.
No, the word is, I'm sorry, I'm illiterate. I have not read anything.
Okay. We're also going to do an active culturing to you as well then.
I'm illiterate in the sense that I haven't actually really read things since I was in my 20s.
Fortunately for you, I have this one in comic form.
Ah, great.
Which means there are pictures.
I don't think I've read it.
And also, fortunately for you, I'm pretty sure this story's old enough that it was out when you were in your 20s.
Oof.
It is. It's also probably one of those things that other sci-fi things have probably pulled from in the past.
Yeah, it sounds like it probably is.
Yeah. So the last question is from 1956.
Yeah. Asimov himself
so unless
apparently
you're
thought...
really, 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 really old, it was already out by then.
Oh, yeah. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
But that's also less time that he had to read books.
Yeah.
The window was short.
Asimov himself thought that this was probably the best thing that he ever wrote, which, further modern sci-fi, this is the best thing I wrote. That's heady praise.
Wow, yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me in one sentence how it relates.
One sec. Okay. The core question is, how can the net amount of entropy in the universe be massively decreased?
Ah, okay.
Answer by bringing in your mother. Sorry.
Oh,
Answer.
Lulu.
Answer.
I'm
Insufficient. Answer. Insufficient data for meaningful answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is as yet insufficient data for a meaningful answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any more than that,
Any
no.
more than that, you need to read it.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanna.
I promise it's worth. I promise.
I wanna
It is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
look back at something that was said earlier, and I don't know if it was me mishearing it or if it was just excited misspeaking. It sounded like you had said that the entities, the infraworld, is increasing entropy in real space,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
it's the
I believe
opposite
so.
of that.
Huh.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I always get
Yeah.
those confused. Yes,
Yeah.
high entropy is
Yeah.
uniformity and cold.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
because our cultural ideas of what chaos is the
Yeah.
opposite of what it means in
Yeah.
in physical chemical terms.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, okay, yeah. Just making sure that we were on the right page. The main point there wasn't the correct definition of entropy, but the understanding that yes, the infraworld is bringing heat death and cold.
Yes. High entropy. Yes. And the entities are doing that. That was the core of my point. Yes.
Despite consuming all energy, it's also a source of infinite energy.
Well, are you familiar with Maxwell's demon?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. For those that aren't, Maxwell's demon is a fictional physics construct whereby a membrane exists that can let energy pass one way and not the other. Normally, two different bodies of energy would equalize.
So it's basically absorbing all the energy into the infraworld, and it's just getting stuck there despite the infraworld being more energetic by default.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, I think that is useful information. We do know the significance of Audrima now, which is very good. Now we just need to figure out how to actually solve the problem with the infraworld.
Yeah.
Yep. And verify that doing that will stop the cycles, because I don't want to solve the infraworld problem and then realize that actually there's something else triggering the cycles.
Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just write down really quickly how we solve the infraworld problem, throw that in Audrima, and be like, all right, you've got this one down for next cycle. Just go ahead and figure out the rest of it now.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe.
Here's the question. It's on you to find the answer, but at least we have the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's this one answer. All right, here's how you have to do the absolutely perfect day where everyone kisses and makes up and everything's perfect for the end of the Groundhog Day cycle.
I was just gonna say, so Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one who did a time loop story, Dax. Of course it's Groundhog Day.
It's gonna be there's gonna be that comparison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groundhog 7 millennia? Not quite the same ring to it.
Yeah. Groundhog cycle. How about that?
The Groundhog epoch.
We're a short epoch, but I think it works.
Yeah.
The Groundhog Kalpa.
I'd like to. I do want to make this our final session here, and so I'd like to spend the last few minutes we have contemplating how this affects our characters, well, your characters, and if this is sufficient to move them in the direction of trying to combat the infraworld. Now, war Darkstar War is framed as an information war, and your characters have already gotten kind of hints of that from Cassin. If they hadn't already had it on their mind that this would be a difficult sell to the sector, then he's bridged that. He's put that there.
Yeah.
Your characters don't necessarily have to go into this thinking, okay, we have to convince people to stop infraworlding, to stop condensing. But for the next campaign in Darkstar, there does need to be a mentality shift, a mindset shift into we need to construct something bigger than the Raza to do this. Are your characters there?
In Virgilia's case, I think yes. The clearer understanding of Audrama's role in the cycles is, I think, an encouragement to her, and like even if the time frame is well out, Audrama's time is kind of limited here by a relatively short-lived son. Never mind that, like, their status as a backup for whatever this planet was is kind of concerning to me. At the very least, I think she's encouraged to be able to get out of that gap and fully understand and fully resolve this situation.
Okay.
That was kind of rambling, but yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Viral.
I don't know. I feel like Percy hasn't thought much further yet than stop the fighting, basically hammer it through everyone's thick fucking skulls that there is an external problem that's bigger than politics.
Okay. I mean, that's the mentality shift. That's
yeah, but like,
that's it. You're there.
I was expecting some sort of really like I was expecting some revelation from these runes in particular. If you're saying that I already had the mentality you're trying to evoke, and that you could have just blipped the bomb at the edge and came back, it feels a little bit like a rough pull, just a little.
We could have. We knew we could have, but we wanted the info here for meta progression, and we wanted it with our group rather than during war.
Yeah, and I feel like I was. Is it weird to say I was expecting more?
No.
It's not quite sunk in yet. Like, oh, this is big, especially with how much.
It's big. It's been pretty big for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, yes, it's not all the answers, but it's more pieces of the puzzle.
See, I don't even feel it. It's not. I didn't expect all the answers. I expected more questions.
No.
I guess, what questions do we ask from here, right?
Yeah, it's like, what?
I could probably find something to tell you that would confuse things more.
Yes, please.
Everyone else, close your ears.
Unironically, yes, please.
No, I'm kidding. I don't want to do that.
Stand by your principles.
Yeah. All right, so sounds like Percy is there. Percy has been there. This was not particularly revelatory for him. Perhaps he takes some inspiration in whatever new inspiration or motivation, conviction. That's what I'm looking for from other crew.
I'm just saying, maybe it was something about not being able to see the illusions and stuff, but I'm going to feel a lot better when we pop the white hole bomb and see them start, pre-pop the white hole bomb and see them start flailing.
And Meowkin, you said that this was meaningful for Doug?
Well, it was meaningful for me. For Doug, I think there's also something meaning there too, because like, I guess so far as like his thinking is like we are like this whole thing, like our whole situation is essentially the second chance, and I know that was kind of an arc that he was having, is like the idea of giving people second chances. So like a second chance on this scale is probably blowing Doug's mind.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, Nox, Genja. Whichever you want to go first. And it doesn't have to be that your character's all of a sudden odd and like turning around. I'm more getting a sense of the group, I guess I'd say.
Nah, I'm bored. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
gamble.
Yeah, I mean, I think Das was already in a position of we need to do something about that. Not necessarily knowing what the something is, but we need to do something.
Okay.
And more information is useful, but this isn't the something. And you know, if there is a plan that seems likely to be the correct something, then Das is all aboard.
All right. Nox.
I think that Vacant is a simple enough character that this doesn't change too much for her. The hedonism through speed is still kind of a go.
Speedonism.
Speedonism.
Yeah, speedonism.
Okay. So as a group, do you think that the characters are at that point where once they get out of Tiamat, once they popped the bomb and left Tiamat behind them, that they'll start building the Raza organization, whatever resources or infrastructure they think is necessary to try and push the next section.
Yeah,
I mean, that was basically the deal, wasn't it?
Okay.
That was basically the deal.
Indeed, I just didn't want to necessarily just kind of push you along with it. I wanted to make sure that there's enough buy-in from the characters themselves.
Yeah, you want to make sure there's no massive change of plans in light of this.
Yeah. And if all of this had
yeah.
turned you guys into like, nah, we're just not going to do anything, then we would play out a few more sessions before the end of the cycle, and we'd go to play Lumency, and then we'd come back at cycle 4.
It's like, my character just lost the will to live now.
Well, whoops, wrong intended result. Cycle 4 comes.
No, see, no, that's not what would happen. I feel like we would play it out, and then we would do Lumen Seed, and then we would do a session as Union members being manipulated by Cassian into Darkstar War.
I actually have.
Which I think could also be fun.
I actually have thought of an alternate Act 2 in just pure sandbox while real space is being subsumed all around you, and it would be kind of a survival of trying to move on to the next star system that hasn't been subsumed yet.
That's actually kind of really cool.
Yeah, so this horror story has branches.
Yeah, ultimately as a horror
Branches
story,
or limbs?
Yeah. No comment.
But yeah, so what else were we going to? Can we do one more session and attack the shipyard? For legal purposes, that's mostly a joke, but like we're not done yet.
We're done.
Are we? Okay, I guess we'll never know whether the Shadow survived or not.
Yep.
We'll find that out.
I'll find out in war.
Well, I think I believe the final bit of this session is going to be do the checks to get out.
Yeah.
Pre-activate and then infrastructure.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
if y'all have 15 more minutes, maybe 20, let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Let me. I'm gonna go get some more coffee because we're gonna be here for another 3 hours.
I hope not. I want to play Borderlands. All right. Well, let's start off with getting those turn 7 checks. I've got Shadow being rolled by Ginja, and it looks like I've got Dominique being rolled by Meowkin. Remember that they both get +1 from Virgilia. That is persisting, even though she is. These are 8-hour turns, so you guys being down here for an hour isn't affecting any of that.
Yeah. Roll 20. Why do you do this?
Well,
I tried to resize the thing in it.
Success.
yeah.
Oh yeah, just barely, yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
So Shadow with a +1, right?
Sorry, Shadow with only a +1. Oh, right.
With
I
an
think she's
additional
Shadow
+1, yeah.
+1.
Scaled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shadow,
An
+1
additional
on top of
+1.
Shadow, yeah.
Way more than +1 overall.
Oh yeah, like +6 overall, but you know, Shadow with a modifier, an extra modifier of 1.
God, you oh, I didn't know her roll was that high. Oh
What-
God, I was
Yeah,
gonna
she's
say,
a
I guess
legendary pilot that we've barely.
I
Yeah.
guess her bonuses wouldn't have applied to the ship seizing stuff, and I was gonna say you could have done that. That's fine. That's pretty good.
All right. And oh, that's what I'm looking for. Put Red Horizon. So to make it back, Shadow has to make a skill check with a +2 for each previous check. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah.
Shit. Isn't there some bonus? Sorry.
No bonus, an NPC with expertise in blah blah blah, or with ship
Right, that was
stealth
it.
operations
Only
was it.
+1. Mm-hmm.
reduces it to only +1 per previous,
Yep.
That was it, yeah.
which I believe basically means it's one difficulty down from the previous check.
Yes,
rather
it
than
is.
up.
For Shadow, it's easier for Shadow to just ghost and return to a designated rendezvous point than it is for her to continually lure and bait ships out.
Mm.
She's very good at disappearing and running.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the question, I guess, becomes: do you want to spend one more turn with letting Dominique continue to rob Union?
I mean, we wouldn't need more
I-
points on the
I-
clock either way. So
Yeah,
Even
I don't
if we
think there's a
did, she can
downside
get
to
it
finishing that out.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to be out of here before Union gets to us, regardless. So we might as well have the money.
Where?
Are we going to bed before they get to him though?
Well, we'll be with him to pick him up right after he finishes.
Okay, fair. Okay.
so yeah,
Yeah.
Shadow can go ahead and get out. We have enough time on the clock that
Mhm.
it
We don't
shouldn't
need
be
to
a
run the
problem.
clock up anymore. So one
Yeah.
more highway
Is
robbery.
that correct, Dex?
Yeah. Shadow can leave now. She doesn't need you to get out. You've only got mercenaries without a ship on the planet, and you're close enough to retrieve them because they both have shuttle capabilities. It'll be a little bit of it'll actually be a bit of a dramatic action scene because Union does not like their salvage convoys being hit over and over again, and
Yeah, I bet.
Well, they should stop ruining all the pre-tech.
Yeah. Yeah.
they're absolutely going to send a force. It is not a force that would threaten the Raza, but it is a force that could at least pose danger to the shuttle.
Yep. Like I said.
So here's the
Make it
question:
dramatic.
Does kind of want to steal another ship? Because it sounds like they're just sending a force over for us to get a little bit of a bite at her.
Yeah. What you're saying-
It's a ground force. I'm sorry.
So what you're saying? What you're saying
Ground
is
force has to come from somewhere. He
Yeah.
thinks it's a ship.
It
what you're saying
comes-
is that they're feeding babies to the meat grinder.
It comes from the processing plant that is heavily guarded and has grav tanks.
Well, why don't we just fly over and shoot the processing plant with the Raza?
If you want to test what planetary defenses they have there, yes.
Let's not.
They won't be a big threat to the Raza.
Well, all right. Here, how about this? We could fly over, and then Tana could teleport down, and Doug could leave a 15 billion bombs in the processing plant.
So what you're saying is you're going to come within spitting distance of surviving to the end of the campaign, and then your last act is going to be, you know what? Let's fucking one up them one more time. Let's win harder, and you're going to get us killed for it. Really?
Well, no, I'm going to get Doug killed for it.
That's the risk we have to take.
Yeah.
Is it really? Okay.
Is that something you want to do?
Doug wants to bomb things. Am I not right?
I've been trying to.
So let's let Doug bomb something. All right.
He's gotten to bomb.
I've got the lucky. I've got Iron Hide. I've got Iron Hide luck. At a pretty
Let's let
a
Doug
pretty big health pool.
blow up a processing plant, and then we can leave.
Just one for the road.
But as long
You know what?
as you're not dragging the rest of us into this.
As it turns out,
building up a processing plant at home.
your mercenary team is caught between a convoy and a hard place.
And you know what's good at dealing with hard places?
Yeah,
Explosives.
Well, let's go get them out then. Didn't realize they were pinned down. Let's get them out.
They're valiantly fighting off the scout that finally found them. After they've go ahead and roll turn 8. Let me see what their result is there. I'll continue narrating as you're rolling. Okay, they're fine. So they're packing that up. The Union, the low class civil service and the indentured workers that are doing this hard salvage work are more than cooperative. Your team, Dominique, has dispatched the convoy guards, but they got a little bit too comfortable and got ambushed by a scout. Now the scout is just out there to try and find, hey, where are these assholes that keep hitting our convoys hiding? And so they're not a huge force. They're bigger than most scout forces, because they're Union. But they're not going to by themselves take out your mercenary team there. Yeah, they're good, but
Yeah.
you have a choice to make. You can either fly over the processing plant and bomb out their underground, like the what are they, parking garage, basically. They're underground tank silos, and basically block them in, so that you can go and pick up your folks over at the research station, and then go on to pick up Dominique, or get to Dominique first, and basically take more time. I can't think of.
We should just do it as dramatically as possible. It's fine. We can abstract it into some roles.
Yeah.
I
know what the scene I want it to look like.
I mean, the only real thing we need to question right now is, can we steal more stuff from Union? And if the answer is no, then we should just blow everything up.
You can't, and in fact, you have to go get the research station people first, because Union has found out what happened there, and they're just bombarding the research station. They don't want anybody leaving with that shit. They're not sending ships. They've just sent rods from God.
Oh dear.
Well,
Yeah.
They actually do have satellites? Okay.
Asteroids.
That's not really a rod from God, but
it's a rock from God. Okay.
it's the same principle. Yeah, I mean it's the same principle. Just chuck a big thing at the flame.
Orbital bombardment. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go save them before they get droids.
But I'm just saying, I made 14 demo charges.
And on your way to the research station, you would end up flying over the processing center, and can pause long enough for Kana to get an eye and teleport a Doug in with Kana. So Doug's gonna have to make some real quick assessments of where he wants to be teleported, and what effect he wants to have at this processing center. Do you want to blow up their facility where they're destroying the pre-tech? It will still stop the tanks, but it'll kill a lot of people that are just they're working.
Yeah, Doug probably will minimize human casualties.
Okay.
I mean, he'll accept a few, but yeah, he's not going to intentionally aim for high casualties.
Okay, yeah. Destroying the actual processing that's ruining the pre-tech would be high casualties. Because that is a factory that is running 24/7. Then his alternative is to blow up as much Union armor as he can. They don't have a whole lot of grav flyers over here. It's mostly ground transport and armor. Or if he wants to leave all that armor intact, he can just blow up how they would be exiting, trap them.
Probably just.
I was gonna say
how greedy we are. I mean, I feel like we might as well just blow up as much armor as we can.
Yeah, I was gonna give you some points to ponder on. Blowing up the armor will be more risky and dangerous. It'll be a higher check. Yeah, I figured it was fine.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think we're really settled on kind of burning the bridge with Union, at least to a
we are. Yeah.
As far as Rozzy goes, yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit more aggressive and more risky.
Okay. You know what? You did build a lot of explosives that you haven't used.
Yep. And I've got like I said, I'm pretty confident in my ability to take some fire.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a ship weapon.
Both Kana and Doug have very high AC naturally.
I'm too fast to die.
Yeah.
And I'm too lucky. Yeah, it has 20 AC.
The Raza can provide some supporting fire while this is occurring, but is also trying to minimize the planetary defenses that this base does have. Just because you still got a lot of mercenaries on board, and hits can result in losses. Now, if you disagree with me and you don't care about those losses, then you can blow up the whole base. But I don't think you disagree with me. Well, Lulu might. So, Meowkin, why don't you give me... Let's start off with an int fix. You know what? I take that back. An int work.
Int work, sure.
Okay.
I can re-roll it.
Should
I re-roll it? Or is this simple?
It's simple, but you can re-roll it if you want better. So that would be good for collapsing the ceiling of their underground armory on all of the armor. It's less of certain destruction and more of they're not getting these back anytime soon, and a lot of it will be inoperable.
Yeah, right now, I'm just gonna let's move this forward. Let's do an explosion, and yeah.
Yeah. The other option would be you're actually blowing up all the armor you can. If you want to
I'm just
reroll
making
for
an
higher.
explosion. I'm not worried about the specifics.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, that's
We're just
that's
gonna blow up stuff.
sufficient.
I'm not worried about the scale here. We're just gonna blow stuff up for fun.
All right. Then for that, I'm asking for a int fix.
Yeah, save my reroll for this one.
There you go.
Your artful explosion. I'm gonna reroll it.
Go for it.
And my cat is yelling.
Hey.
12. Okay, yeah, it's +1.
That's +1.
That's an artful explosion.
All right. It's stressful and tense, and there's a lot of slugs flying around. Because you certainly. There you go. Let's see all the damages. Oof.
I'm just gonna do 4 just for funsies.
Okay.
There we go.
That is a lot of
I was hoping
damages.
for a 40. I was hoping for a 40 in there. Oh well.
And
I'm satisfied.
yeah, as the Roz is flying away with Connor and Doug back on board, cameras see a whole section of the ground of that base just collapse inward. You've piled tons of earth on their underground parking.
It seems like it worked.
Yeah.
They're definitely not getting out to threaten your highway robbery squad. You can go pick up the research station and the scientists that you've convinced to join the Roz's cause before they even knew there was a cause. Before any asteroids come landing on the station, and they're fine with that because you also got all the data out of it. And you go back and pick up Dominique along with all of the loot he's gotten for you.
Nice.
You get report from Shadow that she successfully extracted, along with the limping ship, the one that you did damage a little bit, to the horizon, and is directing a spike drill back over to Korafali. And you can make your way to the horizon, pre-activate the device, and test that the infodrive works as you expect it to.
And this is when we find out it doesn't.
All right, so what are your Cycle 4 characters going to be?
we have... okay, thanks. First of all, did we unlock anyone new? The second, I'm like reasonably certain that we confirmed beyond most doubts.
You did.
Yeah. Somehow, yeah.
You had enough information. I don't think it was confirmed beyond reasonable doubt. There were reasonable doubts, but you confirmed well enough to be confident that it would work. And I also gave you, as a GM, yes, it does work.
Yeah.
We confirmed beyond unreasonable doubt and mostly beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah, that's a fair way of putting
We
it.
confirmed beyond enough doubt.
Yeah.
And so the next 8 hours are pretty tense. Getting to the horizon, knowing that Union is right on your tail. They certainly saw all the they know where you were at because of all the commotion that you caused on the planet at the end.
That's why we need to be not where we were at.
Yes. And do you know that they've got that capital ship trying to ram down your ass? They're not as fast as you, but they're trying. They're trying.
Wait, so they busted out a cap ship to try and chase down?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They've got the capital ship and several cruisers coming at you.
Okay.
We could just wait for them to get at the transition zone, pop it, and then try capturing one while they're disabled. That is an option. If we wanted to take another half an hour.
It only disables the drive. Their guns will still work.
I was going to say, and possibly we take a salvo as well. I don't think it's worth it.
That's fair.
No.
I don't know if we want to take a salvo from a Union capital ship.
Yeah, like
No, I don't think we do.
our entire brand is built on stacking the odds in our favor and then winning quickly and decisively instead of making an actual fight. This is just a straight up slugfest with an obviously stronger enemy.
I think narratively the optimal Raza thing to do, right?
Use
Is
podcast.
remind me how long the pre-activation takes until it's stable. Is that minutes? Or is that a bit longer?
I believe it was minutes.
Okay. I think the optimal Raza thing to do is run away to the horizon, keep an eye on them, pre-activate at the last moment such that we can pre-activate. They're not quite in range of that.
Yeah.
They see real weird stuff on their scanners. They keep coming at us, and the moment they hit weapons range, we just vanish.
Yeah, how well can we time that? Our element we have a Mioke, and how well can we time that?
Here's a different plan. I don't know if it's we wait until they've initiated a spike drill, and then we infodrive out.
Sure.
Can they abort once they've started a spike drill?
No, but if they're chasing you, I'm curious. What is the timing?
Can we do a spike drill?
No.
We infodrive out once we've started.
Oh, scary question.
Interesting idea. I don't know what the advantage of that is.
We destroy a capital ship because it'll try and jump into a thing not working.
Realistically, we went over how much of a cheese grater they're already. I'm sorry, a meat grinder they're already in just by being in here. So.
Yeah, I think that they would be.
I don't think we need to do that.
I feel like it's overkill.
And
which is not to say no, but
like I do want to do the sort of rubbing it in by vanishing right in front of them, but I don't think we need to try and put the Raza in more danger by trying to lure them into a jump trap.
Yeah, and
I like the idea.
Logically,
it's too dangerous.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Their drives would end up shutting down anyways, so they wouldn't complete the spike drill.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So safety shutdown. That makes an unfortunate sense.
Yeah. Remember, once
like,
you shut metaspace around them, their drives shut down.
Yeah, and probably unless we waited for them to be in the jump before we did it, but why would they do that ahead of us?
Yeah.
So we're not going to get them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for that, we wouldn't be able to activate again unless.
Yeah.
And then that's going to screw up. That's going to screw up Core Valley, which I mean could be a thing, but actually no, they probably wouldn't because they're still on the down low, right? They wouldn't jump the capital ship.
Also possible.
Let's just activate it and then
I am acquiescing. However, just would it have worked to say 1 hour jump there, they follow us, we 1 hour jump back, activate the thing, and then fuck off?
It's getting a little convoluted.
All good plans are convoluted.
You do you.
We wait, and we could wait until they were like an hour and 50 away or something, and then do that, and then they'd be 10 minutes in before we. Yeah,
I think. Do they have any new forces at the entry point though?
I assume you're not going through the entry point.
Well, if we jump back.
You mean if you came back in?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just much as I like Noctis' plan, I just want to make sure that we're not forgetting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
I think
I've already dropped it, but like,
would it work?
Cool. It would definitely be cool.
A girl can dream.
I'll give it some thought, Nox, and I'll let you know what I would have ruled as an alternative escape.
In the meantime, you are all still inductees to the Killington clan.
All right.
You are under the barony of Buzz Killington.
I will be the Duke for now. You make it to the horizon. I believe the plan was to let them just barely catch up and then pre-activate. you don't have to wait for Metaspace to return. You can just infra drive out.
Yeah.
But you got the satisfaction of seeing them flying towards you as fast as they can, and then boom, their drive shut down, and they're just flying off into the void.
My question is,
I kind of want the satisfaction of them flying towards us and transmitting at us, like, what the hell did you just do?
Man, now we
right, like a few minutes before, so they've got the chance to go, what the hell have you just done?
we really missed an opportunity. What we should have done is fly right at a big asteroid.
Yeah. I will say, the amount of time between us coming up with this plan and executing it is absolutely enough for Beth to prepare a news broadcast on what exactly we just did.
Yes, at the very least, you see all the chatter erupt between their ships, the frantic military encryption comms. There is even someone hails you and starts demanding answers in Russian and then switches to mandate. Yes. You get the what the hell did you do chaos.
All right, here's what I reply to on or if I can get if Dash will let me on comms. A moment.
Sure, you're the diplomat.
What I will respond to is, on behalf of this ship, I've been instructed to reply with neener, 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 neener.
Oh, that's so us.
And then bam.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I use creative to craft an explosion that spells out a message right as we depart?
What do you want the message to be?
As for
suckers.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. As for Julia is like going neener into the comms, I'll just add on, good luck, fuckers.
and Miyakin, what is this like a fireworks type explosion that spells it out for them?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think that's fine. He's got plenty of time to do that.
We're having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, we are. Yes.
We're not going to think about the consequences of all the people that are going to die.
Certainly not. No. We thought about those consequences and we decided, that's pretty okay.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, it's pretty okay.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, worth it.
All right, we've got the neener. So long suckers and fireworks. The fireworks suckers and
good luck, fuckers.
Good luck, fuckers. That's what it was. It rhymes with suckers, so I know.
Yeah. Sure, but I didn't say duckers.
You pop out at some point. You've previously been with the active infra drive. You can meet back up with Shadow and your new ships, and Dima.
And your new ships.
And your new ships. Yep, you got 2 of them.
Yeah.
And the characters all have a moment to sit back, think about everything that has happened in the last 3 days, and look toward the horizon, what the future might bring.
Yeah.
If you try to intervene, or if you do nothing.
I think I've developed a taste for piracy. Anyone want to go steal more ships?
Well, we've got to get a
the
somewhere.
The future brings the past anyway. Let's just steal ships.
It feels like everyone is building fleets these days, and we've got a perfect beginnings of a fleet here.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a bunch of mercenaries that we still have hired for another 3 weeks, so.
You're right. If we have any ideas, this is a good time to do
them. So what I'll do, during Lumency and as we get nearer to Act 2 of Cycle 3, is put together what options you've kind of enabled for yourselves. Like, obviously some will be mutually exclusive. You can't have a base on both Tower and March just because it's logistically difficult for me.
Okay.
and kind of give you some packages to choose what your starting conditions are in Darkstar War. You
Okay.
will certainly have a lot, and those mercenaries might even play into being a starting Raza force.
Nice.
You did hire them for 3
We did,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they might just like
that's what
that.
I
I
should
do-
have done.
I do-
I'm sorry. I screwed up, guys.
Oh
I do
no.
I do kind of need
Oh,
to
no.
split.
Where's this going?
Okay. Thank you for staying, Viral. Have a great day.
Nice.
When
See ya.
when Union was demanding to know what the hell that was and what was going on, I should have replied with the aristocrats, and then we vanish.
I unfortunately
hindsight's 2020.
don't understand the reference.
That's
It's
the
a
point.
classic. It's a classic non-joke, I guess.
There's no meaning to it, right?
There's no real meaning to it. Basically, it's a joke where a family comes into a producer's office, and the producer says to them, "All right, so we've had a long day, and we're looking for a new act. So, you better have something good." And the family replies, "Oh yeah, we definitely do." And then basically the joke teller has to make up like a series of like the most insane or deranged things possible for this family to do, and like what those specific things are basically just depends on what the teller can improvise just in the filthiest parts of their mind, and the worse it gets, the better for the purpose of this joke.
Okay, is this something I should cut from the stream?
No.
Okay.
Like this, you don't actually have to do that part for the reference to hold.
Okay.
But like that's part of the traditional joke.
Gotcha.
And then the producer, horrified but intrigued, says, "Fascinating. What do you call your act?" And then the family proudly replies, "The Aristocrats."
Okay.
It's basically as an implication that this is whatever they just did is just a representation of what
Yeah.
The
the elite or the nobility would do.
Right.
And that's why I said it's a classic non-joke, because it's barely a joke, but it's traditional. It's a classic thing.
Tradition.
All right.
It's one of those things that everyone in like entertainment or comedy just kind of knows.
All right. Let me put us into the stream ending, and here. I will just get not whole campaign feedback, just how did the ending land?
I think it went fine. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good new information. That's definitely going to be useful and recontextualizes some aspects we needed of the setting, and gives a clearer idea for what we need to do go forward. That's also information we can convey to Audrima that they can at least know of.
Mm-hmm.
And will probably retain, so we don't need to really worry about that getting lost, because that's relevant to them.
Yeah.
So that's all useful. I think it was a suitably dramatic revelation that it's a suitable place to end.
Okay.
It'd either have to be on something like that or something that recontextualizes our understanding of the infraworld itself. This was recontextualizing the nature of the cycles, which works. I think it works.
Yeah, I liked it. Like I said, I had some misconceptions that this definitely cleared up. I do think Viral had a point though about like not really. I guess it's like, what questions does this raise now though? Usually, I feel like I think there's some that we can come up with from that, but I do feel like a lot of times when we get answers that raise more questions, there's usually more questions that are raised. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just I feel like we've been conditioned that we get more questions, or we feel like it raises a lot more instantly, like a slew of questions now.
Okay. I definitely think that's fair. I think I tried to not raise as many questions as were answered because it felt proper for the end, but
Yeah.
I can also see how it deviated and that felt weird.
Yeah.
Well, this is also cycle 3. We need to start getting like more
Answers that
answers
stop
and
raising more
questions
questions.
eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, the answers need to outnumber the questions, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair too. I can only throw so many things that cause more questions at you. Yeah. Ginja?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Wow. 89 sessions. You beat the previous record of 85.
7, 8, 9. Laughing.
89 sessions.
Yep. Almost 90.
Yeah, wow. That's I mean that's over another year. It's actually kind of wild that I've been playing with it that long.
Let's see if we can
That's impressive.
double it with Lumency.
No, I think everybody wants a shorter Lumency.
Longer
yeah.
Lumency, the endless Lumency.
The ending Lumency. I think you've actually run more than the West Marches groups that I was with.
Oh wow.
And those people had multiple DMs running.
Wow.
Yeah, we need Lupency.
Lumency.
It's Lumency plus some time loops.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. We'll play through half of Lumency, and then because it's an Age of Wonders game, Dex will be like, this file is fucked. All right, let's start over. And we'll regenerate the entire thing.
Yeah, I hate when you get off to a rough start in those games because it's like the early turns are just so important. I feel that way a lot of times. Like I've been playing Total Warhammer lately, and it's just like, it's like you screw up in the first few turns. Just like it's just better to restart, right?
Yep.
I can never do it. I have to play it out. It doesn't feel right for me to restart.
That's impressive. I mean, I'm getting better at doing that.
Yeah.
Just like accepting that those aren't gonna completely throw the game.
I mean, I should also be more willing to. I'm gonna end the stream here on this note.
Yeah, we're getting.